bring him back, let him inherit the Black Panther shit, and then we keep moving.
You don't even have to explain shit. You can literally just make a Black Panther 3 movie and have Michael B. Jordan playing T'Challa. I wouldn't give a flying fuck, dude.
Right.
That's how annoyed I am at the fact that they killed this character off.
Right.
Sony Pictures CEO, he actually blames the critics. For some reason, the press decided that they didn't want us making these films out of KRAVEN and Madam Web. These are not terrible films. They were just destroyed by critics in the press for some reason. So these are terrible films, and that's why they were destroyed by critics in the press.
Right.
These are not great movies. Probably the worst piece of news that I have had the pleasure of bringing to you all in the history of Only Comics. The Batman has officially been delayed another year and will now be released October 1st of 2027. I give this a thumbs down. Fuck you. It's the worst goddamn piece of news that I've heard all year. What a horrible way to end the year. I'm tired of everybody's shit, Adrian. Matt Reeves, James Gunn, Zack Snyder, all you guys. What the fuck? Anyways.
25, 26. That's almost like 3 years, dude, right? Because you got the whole 25.
Yeah.
You got the whole 26. That's 2 years. And then October 27.
Unfucking believe. And you know I'm the biggest support, my boy Battinson.
Wow.
And this is how you thank me.
Okay, thumbs down.
Thumbs down, yeah. Thumbs way down. And you get that. God damn it. You know, see, it's pissing me off. I don't even know if we can continue.
You turn red.
I need a break, dude. Need a woo-saw a little bit. Need some yoga in this bitch. All right, here we go. Ready? All right. Welcome to Only Comics. I'm Mike. This is Adrian.
What's up? What's up?
What's up, dude?
End of the year, bro.
Yo, we're in the void now, bro. Like, this is that time of year that's like the void.
Right.
Honestly.
Yeah. It's like nothing's on TV.
No.
I did discover something, though.
What?
So, you know, I like this show, Bad Moms Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Well, come to find out,
Yeah.
there's a Bad Moms, which
Yeah.
is they came out the year before, which is how they met.
Okay.
And I didn't know
you
this.
never knew that?
No, I never knew that.
See, I didn't know the Christmas one came out until you told me about it. I saw the original.
Oh, okay.
I've not seen the Christmas one yet.
Yeah, it's literally Bad Moms Christmas.
Yeah.
And it's just as funny as the first one.
Okay.
Or the first one is just as funny as the second one, depending on how you looked at it.
Yeah. Well, you just watch, because you're a comic book guy, you're watching it in different order, so now it's like a prequel.
Sure, exactly.
Yeah, it's
exactly.
like a whole multiverse of Bad Moms, you know?
There you go.
That's crazy. But yeah, we had some Christmas holidays, Adrian.
Yep.
Had a couple, well, your birthday, well, it's coming up.
Right.
Mine was yesterday. We're recording on Friday, so spoiler, you know. But so yours was what, tomorrow?
Yeah, mine's tomorrow.
Okay. Yeah, we're feeling a little. Are you feeling older?
No,
me
actually.
neither. Yeah, ages as
Don't get sick.
Nope. We definitely
Don't grow
get
older.
sick. Exactly. Yo, getting sick is a mentality. It's a mind. It's a state of mind. Okay.
Exactly.
You tell yourself you don't get sick. You don't get sick.
Maybe.
But you got to believe it. That's the problem.
All right, that's true.
You know?
Yeah, believe in not getting sick and Santa Claus. You'll be all set.
Did you have a good Christmas?
I did.
Yeah?
Nice. I slept.
Yeah?
I didn't realize how exhausted I was. Yeah.
It's that time of year you catch up on some sleep, dude.
Exactly.
I was playing a lot of Marvel Rivals. I was playing
Okay.
a lot of video games. I was hanging out. Probably ate way too much, but yeah, it was a nice. I like the Christmas holiday.
Yeah.
You know, we had a lot of viewership this past week. A lot of people were giving Only Comics as a gift, like we've told them to do in the past.
Nice.
But we have another gift before the new year for you guys, and that's this episode.
There you go.
A lot of news, Adrian, this week. A lot of stuff happening. This piece of news right here is something that I am going to tell you right now I'm fucking pissed off about, okay? I'm not going to sugarcoat it, as we never sugarcoat it.
No, we never do that.
No, there's no sugar around, you know?
Right.
But I'm not happy about this piece of news, to say the least, okay?
Does it have Jersey or drones in it?
No. It definitely doesn't have Jersey or drones in it.
All right.
What's up, buddy? You see any update?
Nah, no. I don't even pay attention anymore, man.
Yeah, it's on to the next, crazy
Exactly.
news piece.
Exactly. Godzilla in New York. That's the next thing.
Yes. But this piece of news is about the Batman. Okay,
right.
so you know how I feel about my boy Battinson.
Yeah.
He's my boy. You know, this movie has been delayed, Adrian, another year, a whole nother fucking year. So it's already been delayed because of the whole writers, strike and all that nonsense. Writers want to get paid, God forbid. And it originally had been moved to October 2nd of 26. Okay, so which is like almost 2 years out, right?
Yeah.
Now, October 1st of 2027 is the new release date for this movie. So yeah, no, we're giving gifts, and this is the equivalent to receiving coal for Christmas.
Right,
okay,
right.
So for me, it's horrible news.
Well, I'm thinking one or two things. One, either the Penguin is affecting how they're writing the new Batman,
Yep.
or Pattinson is now identifying as a she, and it's going to be Batwoman.
I don't think it's that one. I definitely don't think it's that one. I mean, the Penguin may have something to do with it. Maybe also the whole DCU launching might have something to do with it. It's who knows. The other piece of news, though, here is the Penguin season 2 is in early stages of development. So, at this rate, could we get another season of Penguin before the Batman?
Production on TV series is usually less hectic than movies, so probably, dude.
Which is crazy. So a couple of things there. One, what does that mean for that story? Because the first season ends with the bat symbol. Everyone, now Penguin's on Batman's radar. If they do a season 2, do they just throw away that shot and now he's not on the radar again? Do you have Batman show up in the Penguin season 2?
I don't know.
Or do you delay it until this is ready? It's just that's a massive jump. Something must be going wrong if it's a whole year, or maybe they're just rethinking this whole universe.
Sure. No, I think they're rethinking.
Yeah,
and Batman could show up in Penguin. I mean, because he was a year 2 guy when the Batman came out.
Yeah, and
Ozzy is just getting started.
Correct.
So he's just now getting at the top of his game. So they could cross paths briefly. Yeah. Right. Even if Batman's off, fighting Godzilla, and the Penguin just happens to see him go by. So some kind of introduction, since they've already introduced him, they could put him in there some kind of way.
Yeah, but it's almost like that teaser at the end with the bat symbol may come back to bite them in the ass, because your natural progression from there is Penguin crossing paths with Batman.
Right.
With this movie now being delayed and a season 2 of this being ready, if they don't want them to cross paths on TV. That could have kind of screwed them a little bit that they teased that, because now it wouldn't, as much as some people were giving them shit about the fact that the Batman wasn't in the Penguin in the first place, like, oh, he's doing all this stuff, it didn't hit his radar. I mean, I don't think those were things that would have hit Batman's radar. But now that they tease that, it would be stupid for them not to have Batman meet Penguin before season 2.
Well, I mean, if Batman's chasing Selena Kyle.
Yeah.
Right. So I would think that a whole opening up in the middle of Gotham is enough to get his attention. Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think there's enough there.
Yep.
I just hope it's not something outside of the movie itself. Something similar like contract negotiations or, I'm so much more popular than I thought this was going to be, so I need more money or something like that.
Here's also what I hope it's not. We talked about a rumor last week that initially James Gunn wanted the Batman as his Batman for the DCU.
Yeah.
So let's hope that's because there's a whole nother Batman series they're working on. Let's hope they're not shifting focus here and making Pattinson the DCU's Batman.
How shitty would that be
if
you Steve Reeves and somebody takes something? Because right now you got two things on
Matt Reeves.
I mean Matt Reeves. I say Steve Reeves.
Yeah, Steve Reeves. It's his brother.
Anyway.
Maybe.
So now you got two things under your belt, right? You got the Batman, you got the Penguin.
Right.
And now Gunn comes over and let's just brush this underneath, my umbrella.
Right.
So how shitty would that be for you to do all that work, get all this praise, all this attention, all these accolades, and then somebody just come and sweeps your entire life, not your entire life work, but, your most recent, most popular life work onto some bullshit that he's trying to do.
Yeah, it'd be messed up. It'd be like, in the season of Christmas age, it'd be like you getting the new Super Nintendo for Christmas, right? But then your little pain in the ass brother or sister, they want to play it. And since they're the little one, they have their way. Right. So now they're sitting there playing your shit you got for Christmas. It's kind of like that. Does that feel good?
Doesn't feel good. No. I've actually had that happen.
Damn. Bringing up memories.
Oh, yeah. I've also had my uncles knowing what my gift was.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was like the old Atari console.
Oh, yeah.
With Pong, right?
Yep.
And they went and opened the gifts, played it all night. I didn't even know what it was.
Damn.
Then rewrapped it And then I opened it all surprised, and they were there laughing like, dude, I don't even want to bother with this because they done wore it out already.
Oh, shit. Yeah. Yeah, it's just like that. It's just like that, but opposite. Yeah. So let's hope that's not the case. The other thing about 2027, it's going to be a big year in the cinema for comic book movies.
All right.
Secret Wars drops that year. So, I mean, I guess if year before you're going up against Doomsday.
Right. But
I don't know that you want to have your Batman movie opposite of Secret Wars. I don't know. I mean,
if they're both good movies, what they're going to do is say they're both good movies.
Sure.
Because you're not going to have a DC versus a Secret Wars.
Right.
It'll just be DC versus whatever they do or don't that year. Then you have Marvel versus whatever they do or don't that year. They're not even the same genre of movies. Right. I mean, they're comic book movies.
But could it hurt the box office, though?
Depends on when they release it.
True.
If they release it, right after each other in the same month, that kind of bullshit, right? It could, right? But if they release one spring, one fall, one summer, one fall, something like that, something spaced out, because things are going to streaming so quickly now. Mm-hmm. I mean, you got about 6 to 8 weeks before it's on streaming.
Right.
And so if they wait until after that.
Wicked's on streaming New Year's Eve, and I feel like I just went to see it a few weeks ago.
Exactly. So if they space that out enough, I think they'd be okay.
Yeah. So to your point, Secret Wars is scheduled to drop May 7th of 27.
Okay.
And according to this new report, this shitty-ass piece of news here, the Batman 2 is now scheduled for October 1st, 27. So there's enough time in between.
Yeah, that'd be all right.
Yeah, so it shouldn't impact the box office. Also that year, Frozen 3 is coming out for some reason. And then there's an untitled Star Wars movie. So Star Wars they want to get back in the movie, dude.
Oh, man.
They're going back to the big screen, as they say.
Maybe we get a new Star Trek movie, too.
Oh, you're a big Star Trek guy.
Oh, absolutely,
yeah.
dude. 7 of 9. They're supposed to be coming out with a new series.
Okay.
With her as the captain of some ship now.
I saw they did like a reboot of Star Trek a handful of years ago. It's probably fucking 10 years ago now, right? Mm-hmm. Your Anthony Starr was in it. Your guy, Homelander.
Really?
Yes. These came out.
Star Trek?
Star Trek, yep. The newer ones. Chris Pine is in it. But anyways, I saw one of these. It was on a trip a few years ago. I was on a flight, and I'm like, a few-hour flight. Let me watch this shit. It was actually pretty good, and I'm not a Star Trek guy.
Yeah, with Pike in it. He's a good Captain Kirk.
Yeah. This was the one. They had a little time travel thing going on, like their past selves or whatever. And I'm butchering this movie, but and it's not ringing a bell to you, so you might not. Oh, this is 2009. God, I feel old. That's a few years ago. Yeah. It was J.J. Abrams' film.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a good director.
Okay.
Or whatever he is.
And Anthony Starr is not in this. I completely made that up.
Yeah, I was like, Anthony Starr. I've never seen Anthony Starr in any anything.
Simon Pegg is in this, who's also in The Boys, so he plays Hugh's dad.
Yes,
okay. Yeah. Yep, Winona Ryder's in this, Chris Pine. But yeah, Chris Pine's the one I was thinking of. But I enjoyed that movie. Dude.
Yeah.
I think did they make 3 of those maybe?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep.
And I said Pike versus Pine, but I think Pike is he's like the captain before Kirk.
Okay.
And they're actually making Star Trek shows off of him, kind of like a prequel.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on, dude.
There was Spock from the future too in this one. There was like 2 Spocks.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah. So did you like this series of Star Trek?
I did. I did.
And there was it.
And Zendaya was in there too.
Zendaya? Oh, Zoe Zendaya.
Yes.
Yes. Gamora.
Yeah.
She plays Gamora. Yep.
She was played Uhuru.
Yep. So yeah, no, I actually like this dude. But no, not Star Trek, unfortunately for you. Star Wars is back in the cinema.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what's funny? Over the Christmas break, they always play Star Wars movies around Christmas time. It's like
really?
They're not Christmas movies, but a lot of their big releases were in December for whatever reason.
Okay.
And
because it's cold in space.
Yeah. You go.
Cold here. Yeah.
Sure. That makes sense.
Whatever reason.
The Force Awakens, the first one of the newer trilogy was on, which I was watching. Like, this actually was a really good movie. They got worse with each sequel, and then the later shit was just ridiculous. But maybe it's time for Star Wars to make another run, Adrian. We'll find out.
We shall see.
We shall see. We shall see. Now, I know, Marvel, it's funny how the tables turn, because for a long time on this show, we would have been accused of, or we were accused of being Marvel biased, right? But there's a lot of positive Marvel news and things of that nature. It seems like, the tides are turning a little bit here, okay? So I'm thinking they're just going to sleep for a little while. I mean, come on. I mean, if they were going up head to head, if both comic books was going up head to head, they both had a bunch of stuff out all at the same time. They get lost in each other's, wake. That's how I'm looking at it. Yeah. Well, we'll see how you feel about this. So Spider-Man 4, it's a movie we talked a lot about here. There's been all kinds of rumors with this movie. There was rumors a few weeks ago that Tom Holland, not even rumors, Tom Holland came out and said he had a recent copy of the script. He loves it. It's, groundbreaking, blah, 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 a bunch of nonsense he was saying, right? He's jumping around in his apartment with Zendaya reading it, because that's what they do. Yeah, it was so cute.
He was on a Tom Cruise with on the couch.
Yeah, there was some Tom Cruisery going on. There's that. We've reported that Sony and Marvel were at odds over this movie. Sony wanted to do you like multiverse, we'll give you another multiverse to your multiverse story. And Marvel was on the side of grounded, let's incorporate Daredevil, let's build towards not Secret Wars, Devil's Reign, let's have Kingpin in here, let's have a grounded street-level story. And then the last, we talked a few weeks ago, and there was some type of compromise. They were going to kind of meet in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Now, there's a bunch of rumors this past week about, sounds like they're just in limbo right now, and they can't figure out what the fuck to do with this movie. So there's a handful of trusted sources, They said that these are all different rumors we've heard this past week. So there were talks at one point about incorporating appearances from Miles Morales, Spider-Man 2099, so Miguel O'Hara in the multiverse saga. But at the moment, it's only ever been ideas thrown around. So that was one thing. Then another scoop, this account, My Time to Shine, they always report shit on Twitter. And a lot of stuff that they've said ended up becoming true. But take it with a grain of salt. This is what she said this past week. They're having problems with the script. They had a draft that Tom Holland really liked, but he has no taste. Damn. And Kevin Feige, who actually does, thought it was bad, so now they're rewriting it and changing everything. The script isn't ready and won't be for a while. Another scooper says, I'll tell you this about Null. I still believe we're going to see him in Spider-Man 4. Too many pieces are falling into place at the same time. What I've been told is Marvel and Sony want this film in particular to be a team-up movie in the way that Marvel produced Daredevil and Wolverine. And the end goal here is to recapture that same magic and team-up dynamic, but switch out Deadpool and Fox for Sony and Spider-Man. He concludes, Spider-Man and Venom would fill that role. So, dude, it sounds like they have all kinds of ideas. At one point, Kang and Spider-Man 2099 were going to team up. Now Spider-Verse has also been pushed back. So a lot of tomfoolery happening here, okay? One thing we do know is, as of now, Spider-Man 4 is scheduled to be released July 26th of 26. And the director of Shang-Chi, Destin Daniel Cretton, I probably butchered that, is directing this. So a couple good things here. Shang-Chi was a good movie. You haven't seen it yet, but it was...
Actually, I have.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I finally watched it.
Okay.
Actually, I think I probably went to sleep toward the end because I've seen the movie before.
Okay.
I just didn't finish it.
Gotcha.
So I didn't remember the whole thing. But I finally watched the entire thing. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah. What would you think? I mean, would you put it above, the Marvels, movies like that we've seen recently? Is it?
I would put it above the Marvels.
Yep.
Don't even mention all that other crap that we shit on a regular basis. I would give it
Is it better than Black Panther 2?
Yes.
Okay. You know what? I have some. Now my wheels are turning for agree to disagree, Adrian. So I'm going to come back to this later.
Okay.
But you thought it was a good movie.
Yes.
It was fun.
Yep.
Yeah. Shang-Chi, pretty cool character.
Yeah, he is.
Did you know much about him before this?
Nothing.
I knew nothing either. Outside of I knew he was like a martial art type of guy,
right.
And he was from Asia.
Never heard of him before.
Really, you never heard of him?
He was my hidden gem.
Okay.
To me.
Nice, but you enjoyed the movie.
I did.
Yeah, so you'd recommend it to our viewers who haven't seen it.
Yeah, I would.
So, but seeing that movie now, knowing that at least this movie will be directed by the same director,
okay,
makes me think it already has some potential there. Mm-hmm. You got Tom Holland, you got Zendaya, you got the usual crew. So it's like it's shaping up. Like it's almost sounds like it'd be hard to fuck this up, but it sounds like it's not hard to fuck it up because they can't even figure this out now. Do you agree with the statement that we should, or the idea that we should take Kevin Feige's opinion over Tom Holland's for how good or not the script is?
I'm thinking so.
Yeah, I think so too. Like,
I mean, it almost sounds like he's like this excited kid.
Yes.
That, you know. So first of all, if they eventually do make this fourth movie, he's probably more excited that he's the only actor that's gotten 4 Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yep.
Because Garfield only got what, 2? What's his face got the 3.
Yep.
And then whatever. But
Yep.
so he's probably more excited than that than the actual script itself.
Right.
But whatever.
Yeah. So, yeah, I agree. I definitely think that I would take. I know I would listen to Kevin Feige over Tom Holland as far as how good a script is, because we've learned it. And you know, me, I don't know his whole filmography like that, but actors can be in a really good movie and a really shitty movie.
Right.
A lot of them, it's hard to tell, or sometimes they're blinded by dollar signs. And I'm not judging, dude. You're an actor. You get paid, $20 million to act like a jackass in a stupid fucking movie.
Hey,
I'm not really that mad at you, dude.
exactly.
Exactly. But this just sounds like it's a shit show all around. There were scrap plans. At one point, they were building towards a Sinister Six. So, the team of 6 villains against Spider-Man, which we saw 5 of them in No Way Home.
Right.
So the rumor was at that point that Venom was going to be that 6th person. But if there's any truth to this Spider-Man-Venom team-up, trying to recreate the Deadpool Wolverine magic, if you will, with the Spider-Man 4 movie, does any of that sound appealing to you?
Spider-Man, well, you're not going to get... Well, it depends.
Okay.
Well, no, it doesn't depend. If Spider-Man and Venom are in the same movie, they're fighting each other. At least that's the way it should be.
Yeah.
Right. Not buddies. Not even confrontational companions, which is what Deadpool and Wolverine was.
Correct.
They weren't buddies. They weren't friends. They were confrontational companions.
Yeah.
They were both going along the same road to reach the same goal, and they just happened to be doing it together.
Right.
Now, with this Venom that we have now, the dancing 8-foot Venom, maybe they will try to make him the Deadpool of the Spider-Man Venom lineup, which would be a travesty. Would be an absolute mistake. So I don't think they should try to recreate that magic at all. That should be just pure carnage.
Yeah.
And not the spider carnage, but symbiote carnage, but carnage between them two, like it would be between Wolverine and the Hulk.
Right. Not the Woody Harrelson carnage.
Oh my, definitely not the Woody Harrelson.
Definitely
carnage.
not that. I know you cannot recreate the magic of Deadpool Wolverine with these characters right now.
Right.
Because it was more than just the characters. I'll say this. You couldn't have created that synergy. Deadpool Wolverine would not have been a success with any other 2 actors.
No.
It was more than just the character. It was the Hugh Jackman Wolverine, the Ryan Reynolds Deadpool.
Absolutely.
They're dynamic. You had we did a whole piece on this when this movie came out.
Right.
The fact that Ryan Reynolds played a shitty version of Deadpool in a shitty fucking Wolverine movie, right? But everyone loved these characters, and then he got his it was way too much there. This is not that.
Right.
You're missing all of those intangible things.
Right. It's just like if somebody else started a podcast and they wouldn't be able to recreate us.
Of course not.
We're dynamic.
Correct.
That thing that we got going on between us makes Only Comic the only comics podcast you need.
Damn.
Let's fucking go.
Shit, dude. Like a motivational speaker today,
Right?
Adrian. You're speaking all types of positivity into the world. All true facts, though. As the kids say, facts. Facts. Super facts, as they say. Can we retire that? Can we not bring that stupid fucking word into 2025?
How about we just start using common words that everybody knows what they mean? How about that?
I mean, I'm down with some good slang, Adrian, but when they get annoying, we got to know when to cut them loose.
There you go.
You don't say that's fat anymore. Yo, that's a fat hat you got. We say things like fetching.
Fetching works.
Yeah, fetching does work. But yeah, this idea, you're not going to recreate it. Tom Holland and Tom Hardy don't have it's not there. I mean, Tom Holland's a kid. That idea is just lunacy, and that just shows you why Sony needs to give these rights up, because they have no idea what they're doing with these movie rights.
Right.
Like you don't look at that movie, let's recreate that. You're not going to recreate that.
Right.
The only way you're going to recreate that is with Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds.
Right. And then you don't have your Spider-Man and or your Venom.
Correct. Yep. So no, we're gonna go no on that one.
So if you don't know what to do, this is what you do: turn the rights over to somebody that knows
real.
what to do.
Dude, I think the obvious answer is build towards Spider-Man, Daredevil. Build towards Kingpin. Like, would you not want to see Vinny D's Kingpin fight Tom Holland Spider-Man?
Absolutely.
Dude, that would be amazing.
Yep.
Because he's a badass, and Tom Holland's an established Spider-Man. He can get down.
Right.
They're both strong as hell.
Yep.
And we've lived with these characters now for like that would be so much better than trying to salvage these Sony, atrocities.
Right. And
taint them. You're gonna taint my man Tom Holland with the Venoms of the world, the Madam Webs, the fucking Morbiuses. No.
Actually, what I hope they do in this Daredevil thing is that I also hope that they, how can I say, prop up Kingpin a little bit more.
Yes.
Because Kingpin he's a brutal man, but he's a strong man. I mean, in the show they show him as like this bulky guy, right?
Right.
But he's actually had training as a sumo wrestler. I mean, that's muscle underneath all that stuff. And actually, in one of the first Daredevils early on, when they showed him choking the reporter out on the floor, right? I mean, that's Kingpin.
Correct.
So, and people are like, oh, Spider-Man going up against Kingpin. It's a good match.
Oh yeah.
It is not a Spider-Man wipes up Kingpin kind of a deal at all.
I mean, we saw when he fought Daredevil, and it's fresh to me. I just saw this season again when he fights him in that last episode.
Right.
He beats the shit out of him for a minute.
Yep.
Like, he's, to your point, it ain't just, fat and, business suits. Right. He's a badass motherfucker under that.
Yep.
So, yeah, I think that is so much more, I feel like that'd be so much better received than this attempt to salvage this shitty Sony universe. Just kill it, dude.
Right.
Just end it. Because, like, you have this Netflix saga of Daredevil shows, Punisher, Iron Fist, all these guys. You have good stories, good characters there. Let's tap into that instead of taking the franchise that we have shitty ass movies. Like, it's like you got good stories, shitty ones. Ooh, let's play with the shitty characters.
Right.
No, I'm good, dude. Keep your fucking G.I. Joes and give me my X-Men toys,
Yep.
There you have it.
Damn, did you just shit all over G.I.
I mean,
Joe,
dude, remember they were cool for their time, but once they started making these Mattel X-Men toys, the claws are popping out on Wolverine and stuff, who wants to play with these damn G.I. Joes, bro? Shit. So sorry, all you G.I. Joe. I'll get somebody. I'm like, you don't respect the G.I. Joes. Fuck G.I. Joes.
Well, G.I. Joe had a Venom too.
They did,
even though it wasn't a character, it was a like a group of people.
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, I had G.I. Joes though, so I'm not like I'm down with y'all. Just
I was too poor.
You're too poor for G.I. Joes?
I just saw them in the supermarket. Yeah, dude. That was as far as I could get to them.
Craziness. Other craziness. The Avengers. So we got Doomsday coming up, right? We talked about that. 2025. Or I'm sorry, 2026 is Doomsday. 2027 is Secret Wars. Another rumor here says that the Masters of Evil are rumored to appear. You know what the Masters of Evil are?
So I'm He-Man.
No, not in this setting here. This is the Masters of Evil will be evil versions of the Avengers. So the Avengers are rumored to be fighting evil versions of themselves in Doomsday. It definitely sounds, Secret War-ish with the whole battle world. Or the first Secret Wars, we saw certain characters fighting themselves in battle world.
Sure. I don't remember evil versions of them.
Yeah, I don't know if they were evil.
Teams fighting. I know in Crisis on Infinite Earth in the DC world, there was multiple versions of Superman, the Flash, a multiple version of all the people. Right. And then at the end, which symbolized all the universes. Then at the end, there was only one universe left, and those that were left over populated that universe.
Right.
With Secret Wars, it was more, the first one at least, it was about the Beyonder got all of these heroes from all over the planet, and they put them up into two teams, and they fought each other. So I don't remember the multiple versions of
there were of a few of them. There are multiple versions. Okay. But I don't, to your point, I don't remember them being evil per se. It was just, you were trying to kill off this other universe. Like, dude, another me shows up here, and it's like, yo, it's my universe or yours.
Right.
I'm going at him, bro.
That's it.
Even though he's probably like the second coolest person in the multiverse, but I'm going to have to take him out, Adrian. Okay?
Well, he might not be.
He might not. Yeah,
true. Might be a dick.
Absolutely. There's a good chance of that. But if another versions of us showed up, the evil Mike and Adrian, we'd have to take him out. Right
something.
Here. You got that hammer behind you. You know what I mean? I put the Magneto helmet on.
Hey, you got the Batarang right there.
Oh baby. Yeah, dude. It'd be over it's almost as quick as the X-Men destroying the Justice League. Almost that quick.
Yeah. I'm thinking probably those lines.
Yeah, right. It'd be like the same thing. So
be like Franklin inside his mother's womb.
Right?
Just like soul snatching.
Yep.
The Justice League.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So just like that. But it's rumored they're going to fight evil versions of themselves, which means actors like Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr. could be pulling a double duty. Now we did see in Endgame, we saw a version of Cap fight an older Cap, so it's not like it's unheard of.
Right.
And you've said this we were kind of over that hump. At first, I remember when we were hearing these rumors like, "Don't bring anyone back, stop." But now we're like, dude, you know what? It's Secret Wars. Fucking bring them all. Who gives a shit?
Sure.
Bring Stan Lee back as an AI or something.
Right. Wesley Snipes, old ass.
Yeah. But another piece of news by the same leaker, and this is something we've talked about before, but he did confirm that Elizabeth Olsen will be reprising her role as Scarlett Witch in Avengers Doomsday, which we've heard that enough times now. If that doesn't happen, I'd be highly shocked.
Right.
This other one, the fighting the evil versions, I could probably do without that. Honestly, I'm not like screaming up and down about it. I wouldn't hate it, but I let's just say I hope that's not the main. I hope that's not the main villain. You know what I mean? Like let's just have Robert Downey Jr. do his thing as Doom.
Sure.
Another piece of news on that same beat, if you will, of Avengers Doomsday and people coming back, Scarlett Johansson is rumored to return as Black Widow in Doomsday and Secret Wars. So, because no one ever really dies in the comics, Adrian, right?
I think what we have here is that you kind of don't know how popular you are until you're killed off.
Yeah.
And they got to figure out a way to bring her back.
Right.
Because this stuff with her sister is just not working, dude.
No.
It's like the Estevez brothers. And it's like, you got, they're not Emilio Estevez, but then you got, what's his face?
Charlie Sheen.
Yeah. Charlie's doing okay. Emilio, not so well.
Right.
So it's kind of like that situation.
So Yelena can't hold Natasha's bags, if you will. So you're not a fan of Yelena?
No, I'm not. I'm just not feeling it.
Okay.
I mean, even though Scarlet Witch was like overhyped, but
Scarlet Witch or Black Widow?
I mean, Black Widow. Yeah. Even though Black Widow was overhyped, she was in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
She is a super spy. She's one of those people that she's like kind of like a Captain America. She has so many capabilities without the superpowers.
Yeah.
Or more like a Batman, right?
True. Yeah, she's a badass.
And but she's extremely popular.
Yeah.
And then for her to just go out like that, bring her back, sure.
Yeah, would you say that, Scarlett Johansson, Chris Evans even, and Robert Downey Jr., like, do you miss their presence in the MCU? Like when you see these movies like Shang-Chi and stuff, they're good.
Right.
But like you don't have these characters popping in anymore. Does it feel like there's a void?
Actually, no.
No.
I think they did a good job of sunsetting them the way they did. So in my mind, it's like if an older person died, they're 90, 99.
Okay.
You would expect them to die.
Right.
You don't feel so bad about it.
Yeah. Like, I'm shocked, Granny. Like, bro, she was 96. Dude.
Right. Now, if they're 19, that's different.
Yep.
But so it kind of feels like that. So they did them justice in sunsetting them to where you don't miss them. Then they've done such a good job, Marvel by the way I'm talking about. They've done such a good job with their other properties that you and they've kind of like woven them out of everything, so you don't really need them, so therefore you don't miss them. So no, I don't really miss them.
Yeah, I think with me, when I miss them is like when I rewatch some of the older, like when we watched Avengers: Age of Ultron recently, like a few months back, we did a deep dive on that, and one of the things I left that movie feeling like, dude, almost like these were the good old days when we had the
Sure.
event. You know what I mean? Like, there's some
Right.
nostalgia there.
Sure.
Doesn't mean we have to have them, but like we said, in, the last piece of news with Secret Wars, it almost would be stupid not to bring them back. Yeah. Now's your chance. Like,
Sure.
after Secret Wars, we're done.
Sure.
You're going to bring them back. Now's your chance.
Sure. It's like my favorite Christmas movie is Miracle on 34th Street. I don't miss them when I watch Bad Moms.
Right.
So,
Yeah. So now's your chance. But I mean, I don't throw no flag on that. You got Scarlett coming back as Black Widow. I mean, I think I think the other thing is, I agree with you that they did a good job sunsetting, but here's my issue with them being sunset. I feel like we just scratched the surface with the stories that we could tell for these characters.
Oh, I absolutely agree on that. So them showing up in new movies as that same character, they've killed that opportunity to replace them with other actors, which is what they normally do.
Correct.
Now you've killed them off, right? So now you're basically saying, you can't bring them back anymore unless you do some kind of alternate universe or Earth 1219 or something magical like that.
Which I think is what we're going to have here. Like, it's not going to be the Black Widow that sacrificed herself in Endgame. It's going to be another version from whatever Earth 212 or something. Which I'm fine with that. Dude.
Sure. Listen, as long as we bring T'Challa back, right? What was it? What's his name?
Michael B. Jordan. Yeah.
So get Killmonger.
Yep.
Into this game.
Yes.
And he's already bloodline. Right. Mm-hmm. So he's the natural next leader for that kingdom.
Yep.
So bring him back, let him inherit the Black Panther shit, and then we keep moving. That'd be the easiest way to do this.
Bro, you already know how I feel about that. You don't even have to explain shit. You can literally just make a Black Panther 3 movie and have Michael B. Jordan playing T'Challa. I wouldn't give a flying fuck, dude. That's how annoyed I am at the fact that they killed this character off. Right. And I mean, and this now, Chadwick Boseman, I mean, utmost respect for him, his family. I feel horrible that they went through that. But his own brother said that, hey, I don't think Chadwick would have wanted this character retired.
Right. I mean, Christopher Reeve died.
Yeah, we didn't kill
and they've had like 18 Superman after that. Yep. I'm telling you, man, they just want to keep him down. Yep. That's what it's all about. The most powerful character in Marvel Universe, period.
Yep.
They killed him off.
Yep, we can't find them anywhere. We don't know. We don't know where they are. And this idea of we're going to have this child replace him who's also named T'Challa and like,
oh my God.
Dude, it's just a lazy, you should have recasted. You could have done it you could have honored him. You could have done a nice video. But you think about Fast and Furious. Now, we've not seen a Brian on screen since Paul Walker died, but they didn't kill off the character.
Right.
They retired him in a very honorable way.
Right. That was actually pretty cool.
I had some eye sweat.
Yeah, right?
Shit, man. Yeah, Charlie Puth singing,
Nah, there was no eye sweat. I was just crying, dude.
Okay, yeah. But yeah, that moment hit me, dude. Yeah. My Fast and Furious, my boy, Paul Walker, Brian. But there's rumors that his brothers may come back in one of these movies and play, which I'd be okay with.
Sure.
Don't kill the character off. And here we are. Dude, T'Challa. You don't have to explain anything. You can pop Michael B. Jordan in the next movie, call him T'Challa. I don't give a shit, and act like the Black Panther 2 never happened.
Exactly.
Yep.
Treat Black Panther 2 like we did the first Green Lantern.
There you go. Never happened.
Never happened.
Bring Namor back, well, maybe you probably want someone else to play him.
I definitely want somebody else playing Namor, dude.
Namor,
Rita, that whole, all the Atlanteans, just replace them all.
I didn't mind it, but either way, recast T'Challa. Channing Tatum, Adrian, rumored to reprise his role as the Mr. Potato Head variant of Gambit that we saw in Deadpool Wolverine in the next Avengers movie. Yes. It's a good description.
Treat him like early Schwarzenegger, right? Just don't let him talk.
Yeah.
Or get him a off-screen coach, voice coach or something.
Right. This goes, right in line with what we're talking about. These big multi-film crossover movies, these, Doomsday, Secret Wars. So one of these, these leakers here. That's what I'm gonna call them, leakers. Like they got the Lakers, leakers. No Diddy.
That sounds like some cow teeth.
A little spicy,
things going on. Leakers.
Well, one of the leakers, Adrian, said that studios for this movie, they want characters from previous Marvel legacy films. Nothing and no one is off limits, so they are listening to us, Okay. No formats either, so we're not really sure what he's referring to here. He could be suggesting that there's certain animated characters, maybe. He also teased that after Secret Wars, the countdown to Annihilation begins. So, are you familiar with the Annihilation storyline?
I am not.
Okay, I'm not either. I've heard the name, but I have no idea what it's about. Well, until I just read this, so I just learned in real time. In 2006, there was a crossover storyline that featured a bunch of kind of space-based heroes and villains. Nova, the Silver Surfer, Thanos, Ronan the Accuser, members of the Guardians of the Galaxy, and then Annihilus. You ever heard of Annihilus?
Yep.
He's like a big baddie, I guess.
Yep.
So he's rumored to show up in Nova, the Disney Plus series. And then from this list, I mean, Nova is obviously going to show up in the Nova. Silver Surfer is going to show up in
Fantastic Four. These animations on Disney?
That's a live-action show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's a Nova show in the works.
Okay.
So all these characters that are big in this storyline, Nova we'll see in this Disney Plus series. Silver Surfer we're going to see in the Fantastic Four First Steps next July. Thanos we've already seen, obviously. Ronan the Accuser we've already seen. Speaking of, did you like Ronan the Accuser?
No.
You didn't like him? No,
not that, no.
You didn't like his betrayal or you don't like the character?
I didn't like his betrayal.
Okay.
He was betrayed. Ronan is he's kind of he's a Thanos level guy.
He's a badass,
yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. And they just kind of nerfed him. So no, wasn't feeling that. They portrayed him like they did what's his face in the X-Men, Apocalypse.
Oh, was that bad for you?
Yeah, it was that bad for me.
It. Okay. But I guess the point I'm making is a lot of these characters already exist in the MCU or will be added to the MCU very soon. Actually, all of them. So it does sound like, I mean, they could shoot towards that. But of the X-Men characters that might show up, this is what the leaker believes, that Patrick Stewart will show up as Charles Xavier at 114 years old.
Right.
Kelsey Grammer as Beast, which I'm all for that. The CGI, I think that looks great.
Sure.
And then Channing Tatum will have his little Gambit cameo here. How do you feel about that?
Kelsey, yes. The rest of them, no.
Okay. I actually,
I don't mind.
Yeah.
What's his face as Gambit, dude?
Yeah.
It's just that head.
Dude, it was very striking.
It looked like somebody was choking him.
Yeah.
And his head was about to pop like a pimple or something.
And honestly, over the break, I didn't watch Shang-Chi, but I skimmed through Deadpool Wolverine.
Okay.
I watched some of my favorite parts, the fights and whatever.
Sure.
And I watched that scene where he meets Blade again and all these guys. And seeing it again now after the fact, the Gambit, here's what I'll say. My biggest issue with it is that big ass head in that suit. It just doesn't look right.
Right.
The dialogue, I think it's a little humorous, but his Cajun accent, his Gambit voice, I'm fine with.
Sure.
The costume looked amazing outside of the head shit. So,
well, Gambit's suit is, the collar is designed on the Gambit suit is like a cloak collar.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like away from his neck.
Right.
He wears it like it's a choker.
Yeah.
And then it's like collar, neck, head kind of a thing going on. So it's not working.
No, I think maybe if the mask wasn't so open, it probably would have hid that roundness of his face a little bit, better. Right. So I also think it was a little open for the Gambit. But outside of that, I think that I'm okay with the rest of it. The fight scene looked cool. I think they got Gambit's movements and the power set down. So I'm not mad. I'd actually like to see him show up in Secret Wars.
Yeah. I agree with you. It's like, I'm nitpicking, dude.
Yeah, of course, that's what we do, bro. I mean, Charles Xavier, though, like, Patrick
Stewart is like,
It's a little much, dude. I understand, like, we're not going to recast him at this point for a Secret Wars, cameo.
Sure.
But it's just like, dude, holy shit, man.
I mean, up there.
Yeah.
It's just horrible to see.
Yeah. I almost prefer they bring James McAvoy version out just to have the younger version, you know. But Kelsey Grammer's Beast, I love what they did with that character now that they made the CGI. Now he can voice him forever because it's just a voice.
Right. But the thing about it is that Kelsey Grammer is probably maybe a little younger than Patrick Stewart.
Yeah.
Or about the same age. But he moves like he's younger. Patrick Stewart moves like he's extremely senior.
Okay.
So it's just different, dude. They just putting off different vibes.
Well, here, you're onto something, Adrian. So as you were breaking that down, I used my Google machine here, and Kelsey Grammer is 69 years old. Okay.
Okay.
And you want to guess how old Patrick Stewart is?
Like 82.
84.
Yeah.
84. So yeah, no, he's definitely a lot older.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're right, it shows.
Yeah.
But I that version of Beast we saw at the end of the Marvels, the CGI version, almost like the Hulk treatment,
Right.
if you will. I liked it, dude.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The CGI version of Beast is Kelsey Grammer's face fits that character.
Yes.
Mark Ruffalo's face does not fit the Hulk.
Nope, it's so bad. I watched a little bit of What If. Did you see the new season?
No.
They're dropping episodes each day. I mean, when I say a little bit, the episodes are 30 minutes. I watched about 4 minutes, and then I just got. It wasn't that the episode was bad. It was just I wasn't in the mood to watch that at that time.
Right. You didn't get into the first 8 minutes at all? No.
Nope, not even 8 minutes, dude.
Wow.
But it was a story about Hulk, and they had Mark Ruffalo's likeness as the Bruce Banner. But when this Hulk transformed in animation, he looked like the Hulk, not like Mark Ruffalo, which was great. So,
but that's the thing. In the comics all these years, the Hulk never looked like Bruce Banner.
No.
He didn't look like a strong with Bruce Banner's face in the middle of his head,
Right.
which is what they're trying to do with Ruffalo.
correct. We were talking earlier about Madam Web, KRAVEN, movies of that sort,
Morbius.
Morbius. The Sony Pictures CEO, he actually blames the critics, Adrian, for Madam Web and KRAVEN's failures at the box office. So he was speaking to Los Angeles Times. Sony Pictures CEO, be careful mentioning CEOs nowadays, Tony Vinciquerra, I guess is how you say it, admitted that KRAVEN is probably the worst launch we had. Okay. In nearly 8 years he's been at the studio. I still don't understand, he says, because the film is not a bad film. Okay. Now that's KRAVEN. I could somewhat agree. I would say it's a mid film.
Sure.
It's not a great film. Maybe it didn't deserve the box office lack of success that it received, right? The movie is still 15% of Rotten Tomatoes. So anyways, but then he moves on. Let's touch on Madam Web for a moment. Okay. Madam Web underperformed in the theaters because the press just crucified it. It was not a bad film. These are his words, not mine. I got to be careful here. It was not a bad film. It did great on Netflix. For some reason, the press decided that they didn't want us making these films out of KRAVEN and Madam Web, and the critics just destroyed it. He goes on. They also did it with Venom. But the audience loved Venom and made Venom a massive hit. These are not terrible films. They were just destroyed by critics in the press for some reason. So these are terrible films, and that's why they were destroyed by critics in the press.
Right.
These are not great movies.
No.
Even KRAVEN were like, it's okay, it's mid. I don't know about you, but I'm also looking at it through my shitty Sony lens.
Right.
I'm not comparing it up against like the Batman and Endgame and movies like that. Like, it's all relative.
Well, they're not even worthy of being of those comparisons. But like you said, if you just look at them for the films that they are made by the studios that they have been made by, they're not good films. And KRAVEN was actually, to me, the better of all of those films.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. The best turd of the bunch.
There you go.
Would you rather eat, Adrian, this fresh turd or this turd from like 10 weeks ago that may not taste as shitty as the fresh turd?
How about we say, would you rather look at?
Okay.
Not the eating part. And neither one of them, actually, but
whatever one has the less turd flavor. You know?
Right.
So, but that's kind of like what we're doing here, dude. We got a bunch of turds. And
Exactly.
we're just but to say that these are not terrible films and like Venom was a massive hit, it just shows you how delusional they are at Sony.
Right.
Like it's it went wrong because of the critics. No, it's not. And the only reason that it did great on Netflix is nobody went to the theater to see it.
Right.
So like, hey, let's find out if it's really as bad as they said.
Exactly.
And dude, I can tell you this, Bud. We used to have our buddy here, our Buster of the week, Buster. They're fucking shitty ass movies. It ain't the critics, dude. Trust. And I love to trash the critics.
Right.
They're idiots sometimes. On this, Madam Web getting 9%, whatever it was, is high.
Yeah.
If you could have a movie with no score, that'd be Madam Web. It's an atrocity. So, anyways, on to bigger and better things. Dude, it's funny. Marvel, man, a lot of misses this week, dude. But DC is coming in strong, Adrian. Creature Commandos, we're going to talk about it later.
Yep.
Episode 5 dropped. But I got some news for you. I'm going to cheer you up here and bring you out of this depressing news we got. Creature Commandos has been renewed for season 2 on Max already.
Damn.
Yeah. So the universe is loving it.
Yeah.
Can't blame the critics on this one, Mr. CEO.
All right. Hey, if you make something good, people will watch it.
There you go.
It's as simple as that.
Yep.
Dude.
Tony V over here. James Gunn says he went to Zack Snyder for advice on Superman, Adrian. Yeah, before I tell you, but just hearing that, does that give you more faith or less faith in this movie? Okay.
Actually.
Yep. Now, good thing it wasn't for anything story related. It was about the costume. So, Gunn said in a recent interview there was a time where he was developing the costume with David Cornsweet, so they were working together, and it had red trunks, and they went back and forth about the red trunks. So one of these things about seeing these comic suits on screen, the trunks are always like a big, do we include them, do we not? Batman has had, in the comics, typically he wears trunks. A lot of times in the movies he doesn't. It's just all black. The Zack Snyder version of Superman did not have trunks.
Right.
The David Cornsweet does. The old Christopher Reeves one did. Are you a fan of trunks, no trunks?
Never thought about it.
No, doesn't really matter.
I was more interested in comic book accuracy.
Okay.
So I guess, I never really thought about it. I just look at it as the evolution or the evolution of the movie or the character. But I'm always more about comic accuracy than
and typically
else.
He's got Superman has trunks in the comics.
Exactly. But the only thing I don't like about this, ball sweat costume is it looks like it should be something on what's his face is Green Lantern with the bowl cut.
Oh, Guy Gardner.
Yeah. It looks like Superman's suit should be worn it should be a Guy Gardner version of that. Yeah. It's like padded. The tops of the boots look like they're thick. Yeah. It just looks weird.
Yeah, it does look very padded.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not the biggest Superman guy. In Henry Cavill's version or Snyder's version, it almost like the suit was like part of him, right? It wasn't like an actual suit he was putting on.
Right. The suit looked like it was fitted to him and he had enough musculature to make it pop. Right. Even if they had to do like a little padding here or there. But it looked like it was him inside of his suit. As opposed to this, it looks like they put styrofoam on top of his body. Right. Even with Christopher Reeve, even though he wasn't that muscular, as muscular a guy as Cavill, it was just some cloth.
He's a bigger guy, though.
He's a bigger guy, though.
Like, I think he put on some mass.
Yeah. So, but it looked good on him. Right. Even without because back then it wasn't all about the muscles and all that kind of stuff. And, it was about the shape. But even that looked good. Yeah. But this new thing, it's like.
Now, from a character standpoint, in Man of Steel, that whole universe, these suits are like part of Superman himself, right? He didn't like fly to Earth and create a suit. A super suit. I feel like when he was at his home planet, he was born, he already had the S on his chest. No, he didn't.
That they had the symbol. So their clothing, it was a symbol of their family. Okay. And another version of that, the S was a symbol of class. And that whole family was poor. They were like trash pickers in this other version. Okay. So the S on your chest was a class symbol, not a family crest kind of a thing. So they sent the crest along with him, and Martha actually made him his first suit in the comics.
Martha. Okay. So, but in the comics, it's a suit.
Yes, it is a regular cloth suit. Yep. And the reason it works, and this is why the math doesn't work for me in this new show. So Superman's cloak is just, unless he got some other special cape made, it's just regular cloth. Now, why can't his body suit, the suit that's actually on him, not get ripped up because his body actually emits like a field, like a force field, which later on in comics, he can actually extend out to protect other people like a force field.
Okay.
So his suit on his body doesn't get ripped up. The cape gets ripped to shreds all the time.
Gotcha.
Unless he's made something else.
Yeah. And it sounds like they're leaning into that whole, this is a costume, this is a suit in this. So they asked about, he talked to Zack Snyder about the trunks. He said, we tried a billion versions and just never got there. It didn't look right.
Right.
Which in his dark-ass universe, I'm sure it probably looked goofy, right? But James Gunn really wanted to use the trunks. They figured it out. And David Cornsweet was the one who said that we should have them, because he says, this is what he said, I'm an alien from outer space who can fly and lift buildings, and I shoot laser beams out of my eyes that can dissolve things. I want kids not to be afraid of me, so what am I going to wear? So I guess he alluded to they wanted to make the costume seem more kid-friendly because he wants to portray this like kid-friendly type of hero, if you will. So I guess that's the story explanation for it.
It's bullshit.
Think so?
It's bullshit. I mean, how many people have Rottweilers? Rottweilers don't look friendly.
True.
People love them because of how the Rottweiler responds to them.
Yeah.
I mean, eventually it'll get old and all the diseases and sickness that's embedded in that dog will come out and it might snap on you. But to have something, you show what you are by showing what you are, not by dressing a part. Right?
Yeah.
That's whatever, dude.
All right. So you don't like his story explanation?
No, not at all.
James Gunn also says they're holding a beat on developing the next Flash movie. You ever heard this expression, holding a beat?
No.
No. Me neither. Sounds stupid. But I guess when you think about it, holding a beat, you're holding, maybe it's a musical, right? You hold a beat for an extended period of time.
Or you heartbeat, maybe.
There you go. Yeah, that too. So, but basically it means that they're on a pause, they're on a break here, because now that we've confirmed there's a Clayface movie coming out, everyone's asking all kinds of questions, right? What when's this movie? When's Wonder Woman? When's this? When's the Flash coming out? So, the Flash, I mean, it came out last year with Ezra Miller. It wasn't well received, to say the least, right? Even though James Gunn, if you remember at the time, he hyped it up and said it was one of the best superhero movies he's ever seen.
Right.
So he did say that to us. But it was not embraced by the majority of fans, Adrian, or no one fucking liked it in my translation. But they asked him about this, and he said that they're holding a beat on that, which means that they're pumping the brakes on any Flash, which is probably, I think we need some time.
Yeah.
Between the atrocity of the Ezra Miller Flash movie, which, believe it or not, there are some people, I call them wrong, they're on TikTok, they say they like that movie, The Flash. It was a good movie. It says, someone actually said it was one of the best comic book movies they've ever seen.
Oh, they've, seen that in Venom, so.
There you go, yes. So you're always answering the questions, Adrian. That's what you do. But are you glad they're holding a beat on the Flash movie, or would you like to see them do something sooner?
They can just cancel it, dude. I mean, they have, just completely disillusioned me about the Flash. But all kidding aside, I mean, they can come out with somebody that's strong, that's a strong Flash character, and just completely eliminate the Ezra Miller version of it.
Absolutely. Yeah, so I mean, I'm with you holding the beat until you can completely rehaul this character and give us a Flash. Like, I think, this is my theory, it was like a lot of the DCEU, their faults, their failures were because, in my opinion, they tried to copy the MCU, which we talked about with the Sony. Stop trying to copy shit.
Right.
Make your own shit.
Just bring the kid out from the CW Flash.
There you go.
I mean, he's a perfect Flash.
Yep, he was good. But I feel like with the Ezra Miller version, they try to make Flash too funny. Like, Flash is sarcastic and funny, but he ain't Peter Parker.
Right.
He ain't Spider-Man. And it's like they saw what worked with Spider-Man. Oh, let's get this dorky kid, Ezra Miller, to try to be our Spider-Man-esque character. And that's what it felt like. It felt like
and Peter Parker's not funny. He's a geek.
Yeah.
He's what he does is funny.
Right.
What he says is funny. Not because he says it to be funny. It's just awkward.
Right.
That kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah, his awkwardness is funny.
Exactly.
Which they try to do with the Flash.
No.
And I don't remember the Flash being awkward. I remember him being a sarcastic asshole a lot of times.
Right.
He's cocky.
Or being able to move at the speed of light with disjointed hips.
Someone else said on like, dude, why does he run like that? Like, Jeff the Shark, Adrian. I asked you about him last week because he's in my game. He's in Marvel Rivals.
Okay.
He's a little asshole in Marvel Rivals. Well, not most of the time he's cool, but he has this ultimate move. So it like charges up. It's like a big move, and it's what we talked about with turns half of the whole area into like a big water hole. You called it a sphincter.
Right.
You know, and then he swallows up anyone in the way, and now you're stuck in this damn shark's mouth until he spits you out. And a lot of times he spits you off the map and you die.
Wait a minute. Is this a shark that looks like a dog,
Yes.
or a dog that looks like a shark?
A shark that has it's a land shark. It's Jeff the land shark.
Oh. Okay.
So they asked Brad Winderbaum, and he is in charge of Marvel's animated shows. That they basically asked him about Jeff the Shark. Like, are we going to see him on screen, soon? And he says, yeah, it's coming. I can't say when, I can't say where, but we're all Jeff fans around here. So there was a little debate. Was he being sarcastic or not? Now, we do know, believe it or not, this is a business, right? Like, they're here to make, when people are like, they're just doing that to make money. Well, no shit.
Right.
Hello. Right. When you go to Dunkin' Donuts, is your coffee free?
No.
No, they're selling it to do what, Adrian? Make money.
Whether they give you the wrong coffee or not.
Oh, yeah, or DoorDash where they send you two. We had that whole debacle today. But anyways.
And don't let me get on the onion sprinkles on my cinnamon raisin bagel here.
Yeah, but most businesses, their goals are usually to make money, right?
So are you saying that if I do some work, I should expect to get paid?
Yes.
Not I should do some work and not expect to get paid.
Correct. Absolutely.
Oh.
Yeah.
Or you can pay me whenever you feel like
Yeah, no, that don't work either.
No?
Nope,
Oh,
that
okay.
don't work either. So this game, Marvel Rivals, crazy popular. There's like over 20 million, I think, players in the first weekend. I don't know what the number's up to now. Jeff the Shark, pretty popular character in this game.
Yep.
So naturally, from a business standpoint, hey, popular character, popular game. What other mediums will he be popular? Maybe on screen, maybe in animation. So it could be some truth to this.
Sure.
But you know what I have to say? Fuck Jeff the Shark. If you use him in Rivals, fuck you too. I don't want to see him in no damn TV. No movie, no nothing, cancel him. But anyways.
Or he could have just been saying, hey, there's going to be a Marvel Rivals 2, and he's going to show up there on your screen when you play him.
Maybe. Yeah,
right?
he could be very coy about this. Now, what if director? So, what if season 3 is dropping? They're dropping like a new episode every day, I think, maybe up until today, tomorrow. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of What If. Okay. I know you're really not either, right?
I don't even think I've seen season 2.
No.
Was season 2 with the zombies in it?
I think there was an episode of zombies, yeah.
I mean, at some point it just got kind of ridiculous, and it just like became uninteresting.
Yep.
So.
And for me, it depends on the episode. It's not one that I'm going to watch every episode.
Right.
I like the Ultron episode with Superior Ultron or whatever. Like, What If Ultron won? I think that was a cool one. Some of the stuff like, what if T'Challa was Star-Lord? I'm like, this is stupid.
On,
Stop. The Captain Carter one was cool.
Yeah.
So it's hit or miss. But the What If they're dropping season 3 kind of every day here. They asked him about characters that were off limits. So this is interesting. So he says, off limits, it's funny. I wanted to do something with Beta Ray Bill, who you had as a hidden gem recently. But that's like, I also wanted to do something with Ghost Rider. And they were just like, well, not so much. Or get Iron Fist and Shang-Chi together and have a real super mega kung fu centric episode. So basically he says they're very careful about making sure we don't step on the toes of films that are about to come out. So he kind of goes on to allude that these characters will possibly show up soon. So we have actually reported rumors that Beta Ray Bill is going to show up in the MCU. Which, how do you feel about that?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. I mean, you did Hidden Gem probably a couple months back now on him. Amazing character. And then Ghost Rider, I mean, you don't even have to know anything about Ghost Rider. I think everyone's a fan of Ghost Rider.
Sure. I mean, even the Nicolas Cage one.
Yeah, even Nick Cage.
Live action one.
Yep. Which I do one day when I'm really have nothing to do, which never really happens, but I got to watch the Ghost Rider, the old Nicolas Cage movie.
It's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. I saw them when they came out, but that was, 20 years ago or more maybe?
Right.
When I was a young whippersnapper age.
Yeah. But so speaking of Marvel Rivals, right? Why can't they make animated series like these video game previews, dude?
Yeah.
Marvel Rivals previews are awesome.
Yeah, they're awesome.
The art is incredible.
Yep.
I liked Moon Knight. Moon Knight looked badass.
Cool, yeah. He's all right. I've been using Cloak and Dagger a lot lately.
Oh, yeah?
You familiar with them?
Yeah. You don't hear about them a lot.
No.
They have an awesome power set.
Wasn't there hidden gem, Adrian? Maybe for the next year.
I think I did one of them. Did one on them like early on.
Really?
Yeah.
I'll have to revisit that maybe. There was a show too, Cloak and Dagger.
Yep.
Did you see this? I've never seen
I
it.
started watching it, but it fell off.
Yeah, I heard it was pretty bad, the show, but not every show is going to be great, and this came out in 2018, 19. Wow, yeah. So it was that recent, and I don't know shit about it. But now they're like a couple, or they were a couple.
I don't remember their background. Only thing I know is so it's a black kid and a white chick.
Yeah.
Black dude, white chick. She's Dagger. He's Cloak. He can create like he can open up portals between different spaces.
Okay.
So like you can walk, he can create like an opening, you can walk into him and go to a different spot and so on. And I think her thing is light.
Yeah.
She wields it like maybe like a Dazzler kind of a effect.
Yeah, light daggers pretty much.
Yeah.
So in the game, she her light daggers do damage to your enemies and they heal your teammates. And with one button you can switch between Cloak and Dagger.
Oh, okay.
So Cloak it's fun. It's same that his powers are essentially based on darkness. Her powers are based on light in the game. He does this like veil where he makes everybody invisible to the enemies for a certain period of time, and then he has an ability where he does damage just like Wanda does in the game, where he kind of attaches to somebody and just drains their power. I guess he's doing damage, but it looks like he's draining the power.
Right.
But yeah, I've been playing with them a lot lately.
Okay.
I really like being able to switch because I've said this before, guys. If there's nobody healing, someone needs to heal. You're playing against. Think about you didn't even play the game. Think about the math here, okay? We got a team we're facing. They have two people healing, right? So that means as we're doing damage, they're healing them.
Right.
And we don't have anybody healing. Who's going to lose?
Right. You are.
Yeah.
So let me ask you this. The healers, is there anybody healing them? Or do they get attacked? So can their power...
They can get attacked, yeah. So what you want to do is kind of get past the tanks and take out the healers. Now, you respawn throughout,
right.
But what you're doing is a lot of times you're trying to move something along like a payload. So you kill the enemies. Now you have room to move this thing along until they come back.
Got it.
So, but yes, the healers typically stay in the back. They can heal each other. They have some abilities where they can heal themselves. Like Dagger throws this like portal. She throws these little stars, and they create this dome, which is a healing dome. So she can just hop right in that bitch and heal.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's and
interesting.
A lot of the healers, when their attack hits the enemies, it does damage. Like Loki's the same way. He's a healer.
So does a person playing the game have to choose to be a healer?
Yeah.
So you basically just stay back and heal people as they need it.
Correct. Now you get in on the attacks too, because their attacks do damage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah, there's like 3 classes, and there's a bunch of characters in each class. Gotcha. So healer, the real name is a strategist, but we call them healers. It's just it's the code, Adrian. You know,
Gotcha.
It's like saying bet or fax. You know. Anyways. That is, I believe, our last piece of news. We like to wrap up our news with some thumbs up, thumbs down. This is where we just like, how we're feeling about this piece of news at the moment, Adrian. You know, it could change. Yep. So are you ready, Adrian?
Let's do it.
All right. Number 1, probably the worst piece of news that I have had the pleasure of bringing to you all in the history of Only Comics. The Batman has officially been delayed another year and will now be released October 1st of 2027. I give this a thumbs down. Fuck you. It's the worst goddamn piece of news that I've heard all year. What a horrible way to end the year. Wow. I'm tired of everybody's shit, Adrian. Matt Reeves, James Gunn, Zack Snyder, all you guys. What the fuck? Anyways.
25, 26. That's almost like 3 years, dude, right? Because you got the whole 25.
Yeah.
You got the whole 26. That's 2 years. And then October 27.
Unfucking believe. And I'm the biggest support, my boy Battinson.
Wow.
And this is how you thank me.
Okay, thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Yeah. Thumbs way down. And you get that. God damn it. See, it's pissing me off. I don't even know if we can continue.
You turn red.
I need a break, dude. Need a woo-saw a little bit. Need some yoga in this bitch. All right, here we go. Ready? Spider-Man 4, rumored to be in a state of limbo right now, Adrian, due to problems with the script. Tom Holland likes the script. Kevin Feige does not. I give us a thumbs down, dude.
I'm gonna give it a thumbs up.
Okay.
That it's in limbo, because if you got a conflict between the main actor and the director, that sometimes that shit shows up on the screen.
Yeah, absolutely.
So if they need a delay,
yeah,
they need some time out. Whatever. Right. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
So,
no offense to Tom Holland though, but we're gonna sit with Kevin Feige on this one. My man's got a track record. I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't care who's right or wrong. I just don't want the conflict showing up.
True.
In the movie.
Yep. The Avengers rumored to fight evil versions of themselves in Avengers Doomsday. I also give this a thumbs down.
Yeah, I mean, let's get a main character. Mm-hmm. We don't need them to be fighting each other.
Nope. Because nobody really dies in comics, Scarlett Johansson will return as Black Widow in Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. I give this a thumbs up.
Sure, thumbs up.
Channing Tatum rumored to reprise his role as the Mr. Potato Head variant of Gambit for the next Avengers movie. I give this a thumbs up. Why
sure,
not?
Thumbs up.
You can bring your big ass head in here and say some shit nobody understands,
Who is your dialect coach? The Minions?
Possibly. Sony Pictures CEO blames critics for Madam Web and KRAVEN's failure at the box office. He actually says these words: "These are not terrible films." It's a thumbs down, dude.
It's amazing what they do. They either they blaming everybody but themselves. Yeah. Why can't they just say, "Hey, we made a bad movie.
Right.
We'll do better next time."
Yeah,
simple.
Dude,
they blame the viewers.
Yeah,
they blame the critics. Yep. They blame everybody else but the people that actually made the movie.
It's the critics' fault for not liking my shitty movie. Don't make a shitty movie.
Right.
Speaking of something that's not shitty, Creature Commandos has been renewed for season 2 on Max. I give this a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
James Gunn reveals what Superman advice he went to Zack Snyder for. He's asking him about trunks, Adrian. It's a thumbs down, dude. It
is because it's like, yeah, you heard us. Hey, where's DC in the news? Now they just create news about dumb shit.
Right.
It's like, who cares about Superman's drawers?
Correct. Speaking of, James Gunn says they're holding a beat on developing the next Flash movie, which means they're on pause. They're on break for all you out there. I give us a thumbs up. Let's just
thumbs up,
dude. Ezra Miller destroyed the Flash, character so bad with that fucking movie. Jeff the Shark movie possibly coming soon, Adrian. I just a thumbs down.
Thumbs down. Who cares?
Yeah, if you play Rivals as Jeff Shark, you get a thumbs down too. You get this. Last piece of news. Where are we at here? Oh, Beta Ray Bill, Adrian. So Marvel What If director reveals 2 characters that were off limits. Beta Ray Bill and Ghost Rider, which leads me to believe that they're going to be in live action at some point soon. I give that a thumbs up.
Why were they off limits? Thumbs up, by the way.
Because they didn't want them to be introduced. Well, I'm assuming here. Right. They wouldn't want them to be introduced for the first time in What If they're planning on putting them in a movie.
Got it. Because
it seems like a lot of the theme with What If are characters we've already seen or characters that they probably have no desire of adding to the MCU anytime soon.
Okay.
So I guess why I'm giving a thumbs up is I want to see Beta Ray Bill and Ghost Rider back in the MCU. Well, Ghost Rider in the MCU and Beta Ray Bill for the first time. Well, that's thumbs up, thumbs down. Let us know if you agree with us. If you don't, real quick, I was going to have this in thumbs up, thumbs down, but it's really not a thumbs up, thumbs down. It's just a list for you all. So in the spirit of Christmas, Adrian, I have my own list here. This is a list of 2025 of every confirmed Marvel Studios and DC Studios show/movie. Okay, so there's 11 of them, so it's not quite a dozen. And then we're gonna play a little game of, let's say, that whole 6 dozen, half a dozen the other, or whatever the fuck it's saying. Well, we don't have a dozen, but we're gonna play a game where if you had to skip 5 of these, you just have to for some reason. Which 5 are they going to be? So I'm going to go through them.
Yep.
Number 1, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. This is the animated show. You saw a preview of this and something we saw recently. I think you said you liked the art style with Spider-Man his freshman year in school or whatnot.
Is that the noir Spider-Man?
Not the noir. No, this is the animated one we saw in the Disney Plus preview recently with the Daredevil film. It was colorful. It looked very comic bookish.
Oh, okay.
So that's one. That is Peter Parker on his way to becoming a hero, and it will be on Disney Plus, and that drops January 29th. So it's right around the corner, dude. It is led by Hudson James as Peter Parker. I don't know who that is. Norman Osborn will be in this. Daredevil's going to be – Charlie Cox is actually voicing Daredevil in this.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. and a handful of other folks. So there's that. Captain America Brave New World is dropping February 14th, so Valentine's Day gift to all of us. That's with your boy Falcon, or Captain Falcon, as we call him.
When is that dropping?
February 14th. Dude, happy Valentine's Day. Giancarlo Esposito will be in this. Tim Blake Nelson will be in here. Liv Tyler's back from Hulk. She played Ross's daughter or whatnot. Mm-hmm. Harrison Ford playing Ross and becoming Red Hulk. So a lot going on. Mm-hmm. Daredevil Born Again, March 4th. This is a Disney Plus series, essentially a reboot. It's a 9-episode first season drops. And I would assume since it's Marvel and since it's Disney Plus, it'll probably be every week thing,
right?
Which is cool. And second season's already been confirmed and started working on, and the third season is rumored to already been greenlit as well. So sounds like they're shaping up for an amazing show here. Thunderbolts, you mentioned Yelena.
Yep.
Thunderbolts, May 2nd in the theaters. Ironheart, June 24th, Disney Plus show set after Black Panther Wakanda Forever with Riri Williams, played by Dominique Thorne. I guess she returns to Chicago, her home city in this, because I feel like in Black Panther she was like up in Boston for school or something like that, which is how she was even on their radar or whatever. There's a character called AKA the Hood that's going to be Parker Robbins, AKA the Hood. You familiar with the Hood?
No.
He will be in this as well. So there's that. Superman.
Wait a minute, when's that dropping?
That drops June 24th. Then July 11th, Superman, the James Gunn Superman movie. They dropped the word legacy from this. We see Superman Clark Kent, played by David Cornsweet. Lois Lane by Rachel Brosnahan. I don't know who that is. Nicholas Hoult playing Lex Luthor. Nathan Fillion as Guy Gardner, your favorite Green Lantern of all time. Yeah, he's so great. So this movie, we saw the trailer last week or a couple weeks ago. I'm looking forward to this. Fantastic Four First Steps, July 25th. We've not seen the trailer yet. I don't know what the fuck y'all are waiting for. Set up against a vibrant backdrop of a 60s-inspired retro-futuristic world. So it's a different timeline, different universe than what we're used to here at Marvel. Reed Richards played by Pedro Pascal. Vanessa Kirby as Sue Storm. Joseph Quinn as Human Torch. Joseph Quinn from Stranger Things. And then Eben Moss Bachrach as The Thing, Ben Grimm. And if I mispronounce your name, just shoot me an email. Tell me how to say it. Right. So I don't know, dude. I'm not an expert here. We are only fans.
Yep. This just you.
No, we're just fans. Just fans. Galactus is not the fucking cloud. Actual Galactus will be here. You know, the real life Galactus, him. Silver Surfer. So that drops July 25th. Eyes of Wakanda. So you talk about taking the video game style of, animation and incorporating into a show or TV. That's pretty much what they're doing with this. We saw a small preview of this in that same trailer we watched a few months back, Eyes of Wakanda, where it's going to tell kind of a story, I guess, of Wakanda's history, and it does tie into the MCU, so that's cool.
That's animated?
Yeah, it's animated. Okay. And this one looks like that kind of video game type of animation that you talk about. So
it's dropping when?
This one is dropping August 6th, and it's produced by Ryan Coogler, directed by Todd Harris, who actually was one of the storyboard artists for the Hulk vs. Thor fight in Ragnarok. So that's cool. Peacemaker Season 2. This is coming in August. No day yet, but in August. John Cena's coming back as the Peacemaker, a role he started in James Gunn's 2021 The Suicide Squad film, which I absolutely can't stand. I don't know, maybe after watching Creature Commandos, I got to give it another shot or something. I don't know, dude. It's just something about that movie with the giant shark and the fucking weasel. But now that I know the weasel's backstory, I'm not making any promises, but maybe I'll give it another shot.
The weasel wasn't the reason I didn't like the show. I mean, it's not that I didn't like it. It wasn't just, I don't know. It's kind of complex, but it's weird.
It is weird. Speaking of weird, Marvel Zombies, October 3rd, this drops. So it's a whole new Marvel universe reimagined with zombies. And there's going to be new generations of heroes fighting this zombie scourge, and this has not been confirmed, but everyone seems to think that it takes place in the same reality as the What If episode. So there was that What If.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So there's that. And then the last thing that's been confirmed is Wonder Man in December. So Wonder Man, Marvel TV show. We saw a little bit of this in that trailer. We see Trevor Slattery showing back up from who you saw in Shang-Chi now. Yeah. Now you see what I'm saying?
Dude, I'm like, this dude is everywhere.
Yo.
Ben Kingsley?
Yes.
He is everywhere, man.
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
It is. So he'll show up in this. It's been described as superhero satire and a love letter to LA in the industry. So it's intriguing. It'll be interesting. All right.
That's like saying it's a musical, but it's not a musical.
Joker.
I don't know.
All right, so of this list, Adrian, you got them there. If I said for some dumbass reason you can only watch 6 of these, Adrian, you got to skip 5. What 5 are you skipping?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 11 of them.
Yep. We're calling this segment 6 one, half a dozen the other, which doesn't
I have to skip 5 of these.
Yep, skip 5. You only get to watch half a dozen. These are the hard questions. I can tell you I'm skipping Peacemaker, probably regardless, even if I'm allowed to watch all 11. I'm going to give you Peacemaker. I'm going to skip. Damn, there's a lot of good stuff to choose from, though. I'm going to skip Zombies. I don't care about zombies at all. I would skip Wonder Man. That's 3. This is tough. I'd skip Thunderbolts. That's 4. And I'd probably skip Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. That's 5. Yeah, that'd be mine.
I got Thunderbolts, Ironheart, Peacemaker, Zombie, Wonder Man.
Okay. Oh, same ones.
Yeah.
All right. There you have it. Yeah. I mean, the rest of them are like non-negotiable. The one I was surprised that you didn't swap out for zombies would be Captain America: Brave New World. No,
it looks entertaining enough. Yeah. It looks like it's going to have like the most action with the Red Hulk and all that kind of stuff. So no, I'm interested. What I actually almost crossed off was Superman, though.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I'm just not feeling the Terrier.
Okay.
I mean, I am interested to see if it was actually Wanda that bitch slapped him across the multiverse.
Definitely. I mean, she's the only one that could.
All right.
Or
well,
Batman.
No, that's not true. There's plenty in Marvel that could have bitch slapped him.
There's a long list, dude. Right. A long list. I mean, he could have, looked cross-eyed at Batman, and Batman put on that kryptonite ring and just teed off on his ass, So we call that running the fade. That's what the young kids call it, running the fade.
What?
Running the fade, shooting. Yep, fighting one-on-one. We'd call it shoot the fair one back in our days, a head up.
Now, we had a shoot the fade.
Okay.
Which is like you're fading back as you're shooting a shot.
Oh, yeah,
basketball.
fade away. No, shoot the fade is like you want to give me my head up. We used to say it, shoot the fair one.
Hey, it's not only comics here. I mean, it's not only fans here.
No, it's not. This is Only Comics, Adrian, where we discuss comics and only comics.
And some other bullshit.
Sometimes. Teen Titans, Adrian. There's a live-action Teen Titans movie. I don't know if it's been confirmed, but it was heavily rumored. And now there's some rumors about what team should show up in this. So this is part of the DCU. Okay. So first of all, Teen Titans, you a fan of Teen Titans?
Yeah.
You got, Dick Grayson. There's all different teams. So usually it's Dick Grayson as the Robin. It's kind of his.
No, there's not a bunch of teams. So to me, there's Dick Grayson.
Okay.
There's Starfire.
Yep.
There's
Raven.
Who?
Raven.
Yep. There's Changeling, Garth.
Oh, Beast Boy.
Yep.
And Cyborg.
Cyborg.
Yep.
And then later on, Wonder Girl.
Okay.
So the ones that's on TV now.
Yep.
On the that was on the show. That's the Titans.
That's the one you're used to, and that is the original '60s lineup: Kid Flash.
Yep.
Wally West, Robin, Dick Grayson, Aqualad, Garth, who's Beast Boy, whatever you mean, and then Wonder Girl.
Yeah, but Aqualad and Beast Boy are two different people.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Aqualad is like he's like with Aquaman.
Okay.
He's like I don't know if he's his son or cousin or something, but he's got these electric powers. He has like these electric swords that he wears on his back. Yep. He actually becomes the king of Atlantis.
Okay. All right. So that was the original '60s lineup, which I didn't even know that. Now there was a rumor Production Weekly claimed that the Teen Titans that we're going to see on screen, they're further apart than ever. So they've already been established and broken up.
Okay.
Damian Wayne recruits Starfire, Raven, Beast Boy, and the new Kid Flash to join him in a fight against his own grandfather, Ra's al Ghul.
Sure.
Hearing that
sounds pretty cool.
Sign me up, dude.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. So that was the initial rumor. Then,
and you know anything led by Damien is going to be savage.
Oh, my God, dude. And to see Damien go up against Ra's al Ghul.
And you know, Damien, he's like a little psychopath, dude.
Yep.
He's everything about him is going to be about, I'm going to take everything that you taught me, and I'm going to try to defeat you.
Right. Here's what I'll say about Damian Wayne. I said this about the Superman movie. That movie's going to make or break DCU. Right. Let's assume it's a smash hit, DCU kicks off. Then your next thing is, well, who's going to be Batman in the DCU? And they've talked about this version of Batman is going to have Bat Family already established with Damian. The casting of Damian Wayne is going to be essential to that movie's success.
Yep.
You're like, well, what if they miscast Batman? We've been down that road before. There's good movies with shitty Batman.
Right.
Not that I would want that, but we could get past that.
Right.
But Damian is such a major piece to that story that they're looking to tell in it. And if this is true, y'all have to nail that casting.
Right.
You need someone amazing. I don't know who. I'm not saying like I have the answer, but
get that kid that played Oz when he was, a kid, and slim him up.
Yeah.
I mean, he just has that intensity in him. It was an excellent actor.
Yeah,
that kid.
You need a little motherfucker. Like I was watching the Christmas Story right? You like this movie? Ralphie, the shoot your eye out. You never seen a Christmas Story?
No.
With the leg lamp. Not ringing a bell?
No.
Wow, this is crazy. Well, the bully in that movie was this is how I feel the way you felt when I said I never saw Gladiator.
Okay.
This is a movie that they play nonstop on TBS every Christmas. Like it's on repeat.
What is it called?
A Christmas Story.
A Christmas Story. Who's in it? What's an actor that's in it?
I don't know. It's an old ass fucking movie. The little kid he actually is an elf in Elf, but he's the little kid in this movie. But he wants this Red Ryder gun, and his mom like, "You'll shoot your eye out." And that kind of becomes a theme, and he narrates it throughout. It's one of the best Christmas movies ever. Okay. But anyways, there's a bully in there who's a little asshole, but then he gets his ass whipped by the kid. But I'm like, you need to cast someone that can be an asshole on screen.
Right.
One of these kids that, like, obviously this kid's growing up now, but someone who is like a bully who can play that arrogant fuck.
Right.
Because that's who Damien is. He is a little asshole.
Right.
But yeah, you got it. So if that's what they're going for, I'm all down with that.
Sure.
There's another rumor that says it'll focus on a pre-existing team being revived, which is similar to that one, but it would consist of the original 60s lineup, which is what we just said. Mm-hmm. And then there's a new scoop that came out since then and said that the team will actually be the same team as the Teen Titans animated series, that's what we're talking about. Right. Like Teen Titans show or there's Teen Titans Go, which is the more kid-friendly one. Mm-hmm. But that team was Robin, Dick Grayson, Raven, Starfire, Cyborg, and Beast Boy.
Yep.
Which I think they should go with that. It's like what's familiar with audiences now, right? Like it's almost like when they bring the X-Men to live action, use the same lineup that we just saw in X-Men 97 for the most part.
Right. Because adding like even Wonder Girl, which is on the series.
Yep.
Kid Flash. Flash is kind of a hard CGI effect to produce. And then Superboy. Adding those three would be outside of the original.
Right.
And it would be like, I think it would be too much.
Yeah, it's like, I don't think we need a Superboy on screen at the same time as Superman. Maybe eventually.
Right.
But it's the same damn character, per se, right? Like.
Not really.
Or same power. Oh,
similar power set, yeah.
Yeah, true, yeah. Not the same, but it's like, now, sure, they could do different things with the story, make it more appealing, but at the same time, like, I like that they had Superboy in Titans, the show.
Yeah.
Which, again, that's a travesty that show ended.
Right.
Maybe James going to reboot that one. Maybe
there you go.
Hey, just like they did with Daredevil Born Again.
Yeah, but it had a few years run, right?
Yeah, it was like 3 seasons.
Yeah, it's definitely too short. Dude.
Yeah, but do a Titans Born Again. Look at that, dude.
Hey,
solving all the problems.
Man.
Well, let's move on. So Teen Titans. First of all, Teen Titans live action movie. I'm all for. Yep. Sounds good. I like the The first idea with Damian, is this my boy, Damian Wayne? Bring his little asshole ass in there and let him run shit, you know? And then, hey, have a Dick Grayson there, because I think some of the best comic moments, but, you know, I love when those two go at it.
Right.
We saw it in the movie, The Court of Owls.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, moving on, Adrian. Hit or miscast?
Let's do it.
So I got a DC theme this week. So we're talking a lot about the Batman and how these, you know, these
language.
I'm just, you know what they did.
Yep.
You know, I don't want to speak about them anymore. It's like, you know, when your parents are like, I'm disappointed.
Right.
They're not even angry. I'm just disappointed right
That's
now.
it.
I'm very disappointed in
That's
Matt
it.
Reeves. So anyways, there's a Batman theme. There's a DC theme. We talked about Suicide Squad, James Gunn.
Yep.
We talked about The Flash. And we were talking about Creature Commandos right after this. So, are you ready?
Let's do it.
This is where I throw out 5 casting choices, and Adrian tells me in his opinion if it's a hit or miss. I say this every week. I'm never going to get tired of saying this. You can't tell me my man's opinion's wrong. It's his opinion. You could say I don't agree, right?
Yeah.
You can't say it's wrong. Well, you can say whatever you want, but
Right.
you shouldn't. It's frowned upon. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
Number 1, Robert Pattinson as Batman.
Hit.
Look at that, dude. Man, you're coming. We got you on the other side of this. Number 2, Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne.
Hit.
Okay. Super 2. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn.
Ooh, absolutely. Hit.
Yeah, absolutely. Ezra Miller as The Flash.
Yes.
Viola Davis as Amanda Waller.
Hit.
There you have it. Almost across the board. Ezra had to screw it up. You know, I always got to get
Oh, it's
one
only
in there.
5 of them?
Yeah, only 5. Yeah.
Oh, dude, I was ready for like 9 or 11 or some weird number.
No, we don't want. This is all you get for free. Dude.
That's okay.
Yeah, you want to get 10, you got to start paying, dude. This is the subscription.
There you
We'll
go.
do that. We do an extended version of Hit or Miscast. But
Yeah.
Viola Davis, she's one of the few characters now that has played an actor or a character in live action and voiced that same character in animation, which is cool.
Right.
Which you should see more of. We see some of it with What If. We've seen some of it there, but she's amazing at Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
Like that's a character that sideline character, but is a pretty important character.
Absolutely.
In a lot of these, it's why she always got to put some ragtag group together though. It's like her little thing.
Well, she's a covert government asset.
Yeah.
And she's using the tools that they allow her to use in order to do the job that they don't want her to do.
Yeah.
So that's why she's always assembling the team. She has no superpowers.
No, she ain't shit.
She has access to a lot of stuff, but she has no superpowers. And the things that they've tasked her to do requires extraordinary people.
Yeah. Dude, she's just all about the carnage, dude.
And also there's a lot of political stuff that happens because if you notice what she said in the opening with Creature Commandos was, we aren't allowed to use human assets in order to do whatever.
Yeah.
So then they're going along this other line.
She's outside the box thinker,
Outside
dude.
the box thinking.
She's a life gives you lemons and I make lemonade.
That's right.
That's what she did with this ragamuffin group she had here called the Creature Commandos. So episode 5 dropped this past week. It was a birthday present for me. Adrian dropped on my birthday. I didn't even know that. Thank you, James Gunn. You know what the Batman universe gave me for my birthday? A fucking year delay. That's what they gave me. So anyways, episode 5, The Iron Pot, it was called. We saw the debut. I'm just going to get right into it. We saw Clayface. We saw the debut of Clayface in this. So what you think about Clayface?
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Did I miss an episode?
Oh, shit. Did you?
The last one I saw was, I thought I saw, oh my God, did I fall asleep on this thing?
Damn.
I saw the Weasel,
Yep.
the Iron Pot. I started watching it and I went to sleep.
Okay, well, you know what? Hey, this is what we're gonna do live. We're gonna pause this. We're gonna come back to it. But I spoiled it
Because I'm like Clayface. Well, yeah, no,
yeah.
nah,
So we saw
I definitely didn't see
Clayface. Yeah. All right. So you didn't see Clayface.
No.
So you know what? I'm gonna shut my mouth about Creature Commandos. 'Cause I don't want to spoil it for you right here on the podcast. So sorry, guys. We'll get back to that next week.
What we could do was talk about the episode before that.
Yes.
About the Weasel.
Chasing squirrels.
That was crazy, dude.
That was crazy.
I mean, I have so much more respect for the Weasel now. Like you said, when you saw him in Suicide Squad,
oh,
it was
God.
like, this is ridiculous, dude. But you see him in Creature Commandos, and it's like, I mean, he's almost as cool as the Bride. Well, not really.
Damn, yeah, that's a stretch.
Yeah,
but
that's a stretch, but
You know what? My only problem with him though, He's still a weasel. Okay.
Right.
I still got to look at him.
The fact that the lawyer's in there trying to talk to him, right? He's in there like licking his balls.
Yo, my man always licking his balls, dude. You got nothing better to do?
No pun intended.
Nothing better. No. God, get that boy some baby oil. He'll be up in that Diddy party, bro. Imagine the weasel up in that move. That's crazy.
That'd be crazy.
But yeah, he got framed, dude.
Yeah.
He did get framed.
That was crazy. It's like everything that... I'm not going to go there. Anyway, it's just like everything that you would think would go wrong in a situation like that.
Correct.
Right? It's happened to this guy, right?
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, some redneck sees him. He thinks that he's attacking the kids, which if you would have watched him for 30 seconds, you can see that he's not attacking the kids.
But you prejudged him
but they prejudged
like a weasel.
Because
he
looked,
a weasel.
right. He looked different.
Yeah.
Right?
But hey, let's put it this way. We've seen some things on social media in the past few years that are very similar in tone to what happened to the weasel.
Exactly.
To other individuals.
Exactly. So he, first of all, this guy calls the cops on. First, he calls the cops on him. The cops are on their way, but he decides to take things into his own hands, right?
Yeah.
Gets the shotgun.
Good Samaritan of the year over here.
Right. They're down in the basement playing, and he actually causes the fire.
Yeah.
That started the blaze, right? There was an explosion, killed off immediately 8 of the kids. The weasel sees one, number 9, die. Yep. The girl is over there crying and choking. He goes to try to save her. And guess what? The cops he literally has her in his, I guess, jaw or whatever, dragging her out. You see all the fire. You see the building coming down, and they're just so interested in taking him out.
Oh, yeah, we're going to shoot this guy.
We're gonna shoot this thing, right? Forget the girl.
Sure.
Which ends up dying. The building like literally falls down on top of the girl. It was just a travesty just because they wanted to get this thing that looked different.
Right. Damn. Look at that. How do you feel about yourself now, stupid cops? Well, the ones in that show anyway. Yeah, but I thought that was a great episode.
Right.
Now, almost spoiled this episode, but what it does based around, or what it's based on, is now Task Force M, Amanda Waller, this whole crew, they want to kill the princess.
Right.
Because of some vision that she saw, Cersei showed her.
Right. I did see when they actually, because Frankenstein and what's his face is at a school, and the teacher's coming on to this girl. She writes lesbian on the thing, and they're like, that's awkward, right? And then everybody's staring at them, so I did see that part.
Okay.
And I saw the part about the bride and the team. They're actually back at the palace, and the guy's like, well, what are you here for? He's like, all this time we're never under threat. But then in the last 2 weeks, we communicate with the United States, and now we're on, threat alert every day.
Meanwhile, they're going there to try to kill her.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. So you saw about half of it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I won't say anything else about it. But it was a good episode. It was a good episode. We got 2 more. Well, you have 2.5 more, Adrian. But the rest of us have 2 more. January 2nd, next episode, Prietal Skelet. And then the last episode, January 9th, A Very Funny Monster. So, how'd you feel about Frankenstein in this?
He's dumb as a box of rocks, but he's committed.
Yeah.
He wants his girl back. He's been chasing his woman over centuries.
Oh, my God.
Hey, maybe, this is the classic tale. It's like, how many women have woke up 10 years later, right, with a dude they would have never looked at before.
Yeah.
Right? But he was just persistent.
Right.
That's all it was. That's all it is. Persistency.
A lot of us.
So.
Yeah. Yep. Ask my wife how many times she said no. I keep asking. You watch. But yeah, but this is a little different, dude. Frankenstein, Bride's trying to kill him. Dude.
Right.
He is like committed.
Right.
It's messed up too. He killed the creator, because he's banging. Well, he's banging his bride, and that's how he looked at it.
Oh, Dr. Frank must have been slinging, man. She's like, she feels some way about that over hundreds of years.
Correct.
Wow.
Damn. Yep. He took out her boo.
Right.
And I'm not a big Frankenstein guy. Like, the book came out in 1818. You get into the Frankenstein story?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because to me, Frankenstein, the evolution of Frankenstein is technology.
Okay.
And I've always been huge into tech. So Frankenstein, vampires, all of that stuff. I mean, to me, the supernatural, which is what Frankenstein, monster, vampires, werewolves, mermaids, all that stuff is supernatural. And then you got the mythology, Thor's, Odin's, Loki's, things like that. The Kraken, that's mythology.
Right.
And then you got the comic book world. So to me, all of that stuff is parallel, and I love it all.
Yeah. Okay. How do you feel about the portrayal of, obviously this is a comic character version, but is this dynamic between the bride and Frankenstein similar to the story that you're used to, or no?
Absolutely not.
No. Okay.
But it's cool. I mean, I see it for what it is. It's a comic book.
Right.
These are comic book characters, and there are some things that are similar. Like Frankenstein wants a wife because he sees Dr. Frankenstein with. By the way, Frankenstein is the doctor, not the monster.
Right.
People get that wrong.
Yep.
They think Frankenstein is the monster. Well, he's not the monster.
Yeah.
So anyway, the monster sees Dr. Frankenstein with a wife, and he's like, "Make me a wife, or I'm gonna kill yours."
Right.
So that's pretty much in line. But then everything else afterwards is, and also, the fact that the bride quote unquote wakes up and sees this monster. She's even in her death is afraid of what she's looking at.
Yeah.
So she doesn't see herself, but she sees something that's making her uncomfortable, which is this monster, which then puts him off and pisses him off, and then all this other kind of stuff happens. So some of it is similar, some of it is not.
Okay. Well, I'm excited for the next 2 episodes. And
I'm excited for the next 2.5.
2.5, yeah. And like we told y'all earlier, season 2 is already confirmed, so we're gonna see this thing continue. So
nice.
And also, I'm excited to see some of these characters from this show in other live action movies and show. I think that's a cool concept to start them in animation. It's also good you don't have to do a live action show about everything. Do an animated show. Get us acquainted with the characters. Then pull them into live action.
So, like I said, with Miles Morales, I mean, we're popping around the multiverse anyway, and I think I'm thinking they kind of set that up in the last one where he's popping around like the paper mache one, the full color one. It's almost like Doctor Strange through the multiverse. They're popping through all those universes.
Yep.
So how easy would it be for Miles to step out of the animated into a live?
Yeah, they gave us the
world?
path already.
Exactly.
They showed us that it could happen.
Exactly.
It's kind of like the Hush story. So I'm switching gears here, but same kind of idea. In the Hush story, you remember when Clayface, being a Clayface, he is fighting Batman as Hush, right? And he turns into Jason Todd. And from there, Batman now thinks Jason Todd is alive. So they kind of tease that story there. And then later on, they came out with Under the Red Hood, which that version of Jason Todd looked just like the Clayface version. So it's almost like they teased it there. They saw the response, was like, oh, shit, people would be down with this.
Right.
And then they brought him back as Red Hood, which I think is a great story. So to your point, it's almost like they've done that already where, hey, we've flirted with some live action in the Spider-Verse, which they did. They had
what's his face in
oh God, I'm drawing a blank. The singer. He plays Lando in the Solo movie.
Right.
God damn, what's his name? He sings Redbone. Childish Gambino's his rap name.
Right.
Donald Glover.
Yep.
There you go. He just didn't have time to get the wheel spinning, you know. But anyways, he shows up live action in that Spider Society deal. So they've already kind of toyed with it, if you will. So we're going to see it in the DCU, which is cool. I'm all for that.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. Creature Commandos. Adrian, do your homework. Watch 1.5 episodes before we meet next week, and I'll watch just one. We respond, Adrian. This is, I think, everybody's favorite segment. Because we respond to the fans, the followers, the haters, everyone in between.
That's it.
Or as someone called them, the sidekicks last week. Whatever you want to call them. Sure. But the crew. This is the squad here, Adrian. So I don't even know. 1M Watak. Okay. He says, considering the baggage DC carries, I think it just needs to aim for $700 million plus a critical reception. $1 billion is ignoring context. So we had a few people. We said last week that, number one, Superman is a make or break for DCU.
Right.
And I do believe that it has to make $1 billion.
Yeah.
I think anything less than that is a failure. And people are like, well, it's not really because of the... Dude, it's Superman.
Right.
You tell me that the Green Lantern doesn't make $1 billion? Sure. You tell me that the Flash does? Sure. But Superman, dude,
right.
You got to make $1 billion with this.
That's it.
And now I know you could say, well, they didn't make $1 billion with the Batman. No, they didn't, because that was geared towards more of an adult audience. That movie was about this close from being rated R, I believe. I don't think that appealed to the masses, and it did like 700-800 million.
Right.
But this Superman to kick off a universe, I think it has to hit $1 billion. Alexander Jermaine Abrams 1615, that's a hell of a name there, says Superman is supposed to crawl so that Supergirl, the Authority, Brave and the Bold, and Swamp Thing can run. Superman, like Iron Man and Man of Steel, should make around 600 to 800 million. That leaves future. I don't agree. I think it needs to make $1 billion. Just like the Avengers, blah, blah, blah. He went on to say that the Gunn trailer set a good foundation for the rest of the DCU. I agree with that. I almost forgot my bells here. I agree with that. Night Fox says Superman does not need to make $1 billion. It needs to break even or make some profit. That would be a win for DC. If it breaks even, they're not going to continue making movies.
Right.
We won't see the DCU run its course if it just breaks even or makes a little bit of money.
And also breaking even, they're gonna compare breaking even to production, not all the marketing that goes behind it. Marketing and licensing and delivery. So that's another, let's say 30-40% of whatever the number is for production.
Correct.
So if it costs $500 million, if it costs $200 million to make or $300 million to make, they need to make 5 or 5.5,
right?
In order to break even.
Sure, but if they just break even, I don't see James Gunn going. We're gonna keep it's not gonna happen. No. This movie has to do now. Okay, if it does 850-900 million, sure, success. Sure. But if this thing fucking stumbles in at 400 million,
right?
It's done, dude.
Yeah.
Put a nail in it. The DCU's over. Rest in peace.
Right. Especially, you get, like I said, you got the 3 prime characters in DC.
Yeah, the Holy Trinity.
Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Those have to do above and beyond.
We saw with Batman versus Superman didn't do $1 billion. And that was probably the beginning of the downfall there.
Right.
Well, it's still successful. No, dude, not with those names. Sorry. And you can't compare it to Iron Man, dude. Iron Man and Superman, from a popularity standpoint, Superman was up here.
Oh, yeah.
Right, now with the MCU, Iron Man is up there as well,
but still not.
But still not Superman level. So yeah, I'm not buying that. Nope. The Captain Canada's back. He says that I'd like to see Captain Hydra for Chris Evans' Cap if he comes back. We talked about him either coming back as Hydra or Nomad. So yeah, I don't hate that. They should do a series on Cap returning the stones, though. Great episode, fellas. We'll thank you on that. And that was a rumor, Captain Canada, about a series, a Disney Plus series with Chris Evans returning the stone. I think that'd be fun.
Sure.
You could do an animation. I don't care. Do it. What if?
Whatever.
Hey, you got these stupid ass ideas for what if? Like, what if this guy?
I wouldn't want to see it as a what if though. Okay. But they can definitely do animation.
Yeah. Do a whole season of what if on this and have each episode him showing. Maybe don't call it what if, but style, it doesn't need to take place in the main reality. It doesn't need to be a movie or a show. It could be animation. Have Chris Evans voice it.
Sure.
Do an animation. But yeah, I'm giving them all kinds of ideas. While they're trying to figure out the Spider-Man script, do this. Art by Jay Silva. Okay, art by Jay Silva. I'm a huge fan. You guys make my Monday morning drive to work so much better. I would love to see if Adrian still doesn't like Captain Falcon after doing a hidden gem on him.
I'm watching the movie first.
Okay.
Because there's the purpose of the hidden gem is to bring out characters that are not underrated, but are hidden, are people that underrepresented.
Yeah.
People are characters that people don't know about or have not heard a lot about, or they are just so much more awesome than what we've seen. Than what we've seen. So Captain America and the Falcon are 2 of those characters that do not fall into those categories. No. Now, if we discover something that's truly hidden about the character, then we can, they'll be on the hidden gem. But I have to see the movie first to see what this Captain Falcon character or the new Captain America can do.
Right.
And then maybe there's something hidden within that character that's worthy of only comics previews.
Exactly. There you go. Laying down the law. Broman Williams is back. He says, "What's up, Mike and Adrian? I'm a little late this week because of the holidays, bro. It's okay. You can be a little late, dude. Better late than never, as they say, right? The Superman trailer is everything I needed and more. Yes. The vibrancy, the colors pop so good. Not going to lie, when I heard Crypto was in it, I was like, oh, God. But after seeing him in the trailer, in caps, Adrian, he says, I need more Crypto in my life, bruh. This feels like a new era of comic book movies. I agree, bro, man. You're not on the hype train.
A,
bro.
I don't know about more Crypto, and B, definitely not as a terrier.
Okay. All right. You're not big on
I'm not saying that it's a terrier, but it looks like a wild-haired terrier. And he's way too happy. Way too happy, dude.
James Gunn probably just put his own dog in the movie.
Probably.
You know? I had a dog like this when I was 4. It was very important to me. We called him Superman. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm just making that up. But I'm with you, bro, man. I do think it feels like there's a new era of comic book movies.
I do agree with that part.
Yeah. On the horizon. So.
Not about Crypto.
Chillmonger's back. Chill. Oh, that's a cool name too. Chillmonger. It's like Ironmonger, but he's more chill. You know. So Chillmonger says, after Wakanda Forever made less money, they must pounce on the chance to repair the franchise at Secret Wars. That bastard's son is not an adequate substitution for T'Challa.
Damn.
I agree. Yep. Sorry to the bastard kid, but you're not a good replacement for T'Challa.
No. I mean, besides that, I mean, you got to wait till he grows up, right?
Thank you.
I mean, 15 more years or something
he's
like that.
6 years old.
Well, unless you give him the Damian Robin treatment and let him start at 12.
Sure.
I mean, you could do that.
You can definitely do that. John Bon Vaughn says there's a hidden gem no one will be disappointed in. Axel Asher. I promise you it'll be interesting. You heard of Axel Asher?
Axel Asher. Never heard of him.
Never heard of him.
We can look into it, though.
He's truly hidden, dude, because we don't even know who he is. Dylan Gomez says, hosts a comic book-based podcast and doesn't even know who Gorilla Grodd is. Yes, you're right, Dylan, because we've said this before. We're not fucking experts. It's why we're so good, Adrian, 'cause we're not experts.
I mean, I knew who he was.
You knew who he was. He's taking a shot at me.
Yeah, he's just taking a shot at you. That's all right, though.
It's okay, because I don't know every comic book character.
Right.
And I'm not ever going to.
Right. Just like we don't know every comic book comic house.
Sure.
Like, we don't know everybody that inks everybody. It's a lot of stuff we don't know.
A lot of stuff, dude. And I think we're going to continue on that road because that's what makes us so special, Adrian.
Sure.
We're just like you all. We're just fans.
That's it.
So, sorry, Dylan. Sorry to disappoint you, Dylan. That dude Pablo says, another great episode. Are y'all watching the new season of What If? I know a lot of people hate this series. Yes. To each their own, I suppose, but it's fun. I would say that dude Pablo, there has been a few episodes that have resembled fun, but outside of that, it's not that much fun.
Have you seen Love and Robots?
No.
It's kind of like What If.
Okay.
But what it is like, I think there's 2 or 3 seasons right now.
Yeah.
Some of them are really good, really graphic. Some adult stuff. But basically different writers, artists, they make a short.
Yeah.
And then they put together like 6 or 8 or 10 of them. And then that's a season.
Okay.
Some of them are wild.
Really?
Yeah.
And where's this on?
I want to say Max.
Okay. I'll add it to the ever-growing list of things that people tell me I need to watch.
Don't.
I try to. Here's what happens, Adrian. I watch like 2 things off the list.
Right.
And then 8 people recommend 8 more things. So it's just, I can never keep up.
Well, you know what the secret is, right?
What's that?
Well, don't tell people that you're watching stuff. And don't tell people that you have watched some things because then they're going to recommend other things.
That kind of it'd be a little hard to run this show and not do that. Adrian, you got to get one, dude. Sorry. John Bon Vaughn says, here's a question. Where do y'all record these at? Bro, why you asking? You trying to show up? No, I'm just kidding. Right here in the podcast studio.
Exactly. There you go.
We record these Gotham City, actually. Goober, he says, I need to play Marvel Rivals some more. Yes, you do. Been playing as Punisher the most. Goober. Punisher's like the first character they teach you how to play as because like anybody can play as Punisher. Goober, you need to graduate, dude. Use somebody else.
Gotcha.
Like Punisher, I mean, I don't know, dude. Use Rocket. He's a healer. Use Magneto. But not Punisher.
Well, maybe Goober finds him effective in what he does.
I don't like it. He says, Bad Santa is my favorite Christmas movie. All right, you redeemed some points there. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to you. You know what? Merry Christmas to you, Goober, you Punisher playing ass motherfucker. Anxiety Eater says, great show as always, but do you think they're going to reboot the Punisher show alongside Daredevil? And if they do, would you like to see a Punisher Daredevil movie to bring them both into the Yes.
Yes on all of that.
Yeah. Do I think they're going to reboot Punisher? I don't know. I know they're going to include Punisher in the Daredevil show. So now I've not even seen, that's another one that's on the list, the Punisher show. I still have to get through the second season of Daredevil.
Okay.
But I've heard nothing but great things about it.
Yeah.
You like the show.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Is the Punisher, based off of the show and the character, should he be rebooted and have his own show in the MCU, or should he just play along with Daredevil and be part of that, in your opinion?
I don't necessarily. If they reboot him, it would be cool.
Okay.
Right? Kind of like the Daredevil treatment.
Yeah.
That would be cool. However, it's not necessary. The Punisher isn't a character that you would see every day, right?
Right.
Like a Spiderman or Daredevil or
Okay.
whatever, right? He would be excellent if they just moved him along with the evolving, like Daredevil
Okay.
and other things like that. So he could show up, show up here, show up there, which is what his character is. He's an assassin, basically, right?
Right.
You don't see an assassin every day.
Correct.
Right? You don't see James Bond. You did on James Bond because he's everywhere. But that character isn't someone. I mean, he had the show. The world was introduced to him. It was an awesome show. Now he can start popping up all over the place, kind of like Spider-Man does.
Yeah.
Or Tony Stark, Iron Man does, things like that.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't know that he needs his own show, but I wouldn't mind seeing him as a frequent guest in Daredevil. And the idea of a Daredevil movie featuring Punisher or something along those lines in the MCU, I think it'd be great, dude.
Yeah.
You got to make it rated R.
Yep.
You have
Definitely.
to stick to that tone, but that'd be cool.
Definitely.
Charles Mon says, really hoping we get Quicksilver back in Secret Wars and Nick Cage as Ghost Rider as well. I'm down with that.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's actually, Charles, it's been rumored Ghost Rider, Nick is supposed to return as Ghost Rider.
Sure.
Buster Barnes, pretty sure Crypto can't fly yet and learns during the film.
Okay.
I guess, okay.
That's valid.
Yep. I mean, it looks like he can't fly yet.
He's pretty slow, too, running.
Yeah,
So
I mean, I'm not the
just
best
saying.
judge of super dogs, but he looks like he probably can't fly. I'm just
Right.
saying. Because, he was just running through the snow. Like, wouldn't you just over there? But Hermosa Fi Catalika. Okay. I am very cautiously optimistic. The teaser looks fun, but Superman is too good to be hated by people or be bloodied up like that unless he's fighting a Kryptonian like Doomsday or Scarlet Witch
Or Scarlet Witch.
or Batman or Franklin Richards. Or it's just a long list. Probably
it's
Captain
long list.
Marvel, you
Right.
know. I mean, it's just so many people. Charles Xavier, no, that really pissed people off. The
Squirrel
Toad.
Girl.
Squirrel Girl would fuck Superman up. This feels like another reimagining. Again, I hope I'm dead wrong, but I mean, cautious. I think you should be cautiously optimistic. You should be.
Well, what that means to me, with him being all bloodied up, the reason that they showed that and they didn't show who bloodied him up, I'm hoping that the person that did that is like a really strong character. Right. And not that monster that was shooting fire.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure it wasn't that.
So
little
I'm
thing
just
that-
saying.
Yeah. Well, could it be Gorilla Grodd?
Or Zod.
Yeah. But I mean, could Gorilla, because I've been pointed out, I'm not the expert here, but Gorilla Grodd, could he bloody up Superman?
He'd need some help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, with Kryptonite, you and I could bloody him up.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Which Batman proved.
Correct. Okay. Sofa King Shaw says Superman did not get 250 million views on YouTube. The fuck? And then we had some of our friends here said, across all social media and channels, numbnuts. I'm a big fan of anyone using the term numbnuts. It reminds me of like,
Sure.
oh man used to say that. And then Buster Barnes comes back and says it got 250 million views online, not just YouTube. That's what the stats were showing. So I stand corrected. It did not get 250 million views on YouTube, but you knew what the fuck I was talking about. You got my point, right? Put it this way, I got a lot of views. Can we just say that?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
fair? I got a lot. Numbnuts. I like that. It's funny. But no, I didn't call you numb. You're cool, Sofa King. Sons of Sekhmet. Magneto versus Doom would likely be short because Doom wears a metal suit and mask unless Doom nullifies Magneto's powers. I got to imagine he's got some kind of defense against Magneto, right?
If they met on the street corner,
Yeah.
Magneto would destroy him.
Just like that. 'Cause
Well, I mean,
all this tech.
there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of what ifs in
Yeah.
this.
Oh, look at you.
What if Doom's force field is designed to, because Doom's force field is designed to limit concussion force or crushing force.
Yeah.
So impacts to him. But Magneto isn't going to go after him with a force. He's going to literally take the suit and crush it around him.
Yep.
So that's done.
Sure.
The blood in his, the iron in his blood. I mean, he's done.
Right.
You know, he can like give him a heart attack, pull all the blood out of him. I mean, it's different things that he can do.
Yeah.
So on the street corner, Magneto would just kind of take him out.
Unless, I mean, to his point, nullify. Like if he has some type of force field that blocked the magnetic field that Magneto sends out.
But he would have to know that.
Correct.
He would have had to have applied that. That technology already.
Now you would think, being in the Marvel universe, being Doom, you're aware of Magneto in most instances. So
but hold on. So his suit is made out of titanium, which is, I believe, non-magnetic.
Okay.
It's not like an iron. It's not like a magnetic type.
So he probably wouldn't be able to.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you have it, Sons of Sek.
I have to think about that some more.
All right. We'll get back to you next week. We'll figure it out. But where you're going, I think that would make sense, because if not, Doom would like be dead already. Like Magneto would just, anytime he got in his way, would just crush him.
Right.
You know, like Wolverine with the claw. We saw what happened there.
Right.
He also says, Sons of Sek, man.
Wait a minute. So thinking about that, Wolverine's claws aren't iron based either. It's metal. Yeah, I would have to think about that.
Damn, is the math off on that, Adrian?
Yeah, it is.
So you're telling me one of my all-time favorite scenes in the comic books is the math ain't mathing on it.
Unless Magneto's powers aren't necessarily magnetic based, meaning the traditional iron or magnet based.
Right. Oh shit.
Now he does have because he can control magnetic fields. That also gives him access to other spectrums. That's not magnetic.
Okay.
You know, light, heat, he could boil them. I mean, there's all kinds of things he could do.
Damn.
So
now we're gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to think about that.
You know, we'll do it. We'll name it right here. We're gonna have a Magneto versus Doom segment next week.
There you go.
Okay. So thanks, Sons of Sek, man. He also says in another comment, "Hey guys, as always, love the podcast. Hope you both had a Merry Christmas. We did.
We did.
I hope you did as well. Another year of Only Comics is the best gift we can get. I agree." He says, I thought the drones were a sign of Mysterio coming back.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
And it's got to be, right?
Right.
Spider-Man 4, there you go.
Exactly.
At this point, y'all don't know what to do. Bring his ass back.
Right.
I mean, you can just shoot in New Jersey on location. The drones are already in the sky.
Exactly.
Dude, we just saw problem after problem after problem.
And still can't even get send a cup of coffee.
You check the mailbox today? There's nothing in there?
No, I don't even bother anymore, dude. It's been traditionally so
one
much
of you
nothing
guys
there.
that are sitting around doing nothing, can you check the mailbox?
Right, exactly.
Kevin's check has got to be there at this point. Shit. We just fixed the Spider-Man movie. So those are the YouTube comments real quick. Some friends on TikTok. Del Don Toe, I'm sorry, I don't know. Why we always assume she'd know what kryptonite is. Her universe won't know anything about Krypton in the first place. She'd win that fight for sure, but not with kryptonite. Okay, so it's kind of half agreeing. We're talking about Scarlett Witch.
Yeah. And he's right.
He's right.
He's right.
But all she has to do is look at you and read your mind. And she knows everything she needs to know about kryptonite. Possibly.
Or just put him in a different universe or whatever.
She would make him think he's Crypto's mom.
Okay.
Because he's reality warping, right? She could just like that. So anyways, Wyatt Kinder says...
Or, I mean, if she can take mutant powers away, why can't she just take his powers away completely?
Exactly. Right.
I mean, everybody else has.
Correct. Yeah. Do a couple words. She'll be like, no more Superman. And all of a sudden, he's a little boy again. You know, he would look like Captain America looked before the Super Soldier serum.
Oh, so I have not done a hidden gem on Wanda, but I will do one next year.
Okay.
Now, because her powers, they appear to be magic.
Right.
But it's actually not magic. She's like a kind of like a nexus being. Her powers are working within the realm of possibility.
Okay.
So that literally means that she can do anything. Anything.
It's pretty much like Green Lantern's ring without the ring and no limitations.
Exactly. Well, not exactly.
Even more powerful.
Even beyond that.
Damn, craziness. Wyatt Kinder says Danny DeVito was horrid. I don't know if he means in a bad way, like we're talking about the Michael Keaton movie. I don't know, horrid. I mean, he looked horrid.
He most certainly did.
Yeah. Mike and Ike says, oh, I like the candy. Houdini versus Superman coming to a theater near you in 2026. I'm telling you, yo, Houdini would smoke because the magic. You know?
Not at all. This one time I'm going to defend Superman because Houdini is a illusionist.
True, he's not a magician. He don't have real magic like Agatha.
Not at all.
No, would Agatha beat Superman?
She'd be too busy, swapping spit with the next chick.
Yo, she was all for that scene in Creature. Lesbians where? You know?
Yeah.
Chill, Agatha. Relax, dude. Just Ron says Eisenberg may have been better if he wasn't given such horrible dialogue. It was not the dialogue. So there's a saying, in sales and stuff like that. It's not what you say, Adrian. It's how you say it. Right. Mm-hmm. You've heard this before, right? Yep. It's not how people don't know what you think till you care, all this nonsense. But it's how you say things, right? It was not the dialogue that was written for him. It was his overall demeanor in the whole fucking movie that was horrendous.
Right. I wonder whose idea was that maniacal, whatever the hell that was. Was that his idea and they just went along with it? Or did they actually write that in and he performed it?
Oh, we could put some blame on Zack Snyder because he allowed that.
Exactly. So, either way.
Right. I think they need to share blame because, number one, you're the actor, you're doing this, and now you're the director not stepping in and going, yo, bro, that sucks.
In 100 years of Superman, you've never seen Lex Luthor act like that, and then you want to throw that in there?
Right.
I mean, maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah,
maybe I'm missing something.
Yeah, is there a
but in all the time that I've seen Lex Luthor, he's never act like the Joker.
No, not at all. You just then use the Joker if you want to do that.
Something.
It's asinine actually. User Dav Brian something. So he's got half a username. Anyways, he goes kind of sick of Sadie Sink. Honestly, how, dude? What do you? I saw her in Stranger Things. That's it. She's the one who's rumored to play Jean Grey.
Oh,
what kind? Are you watching her movies on repeat or something, dude? It's not a name that you see in everything. Unless maybe I'm losing my mind here, but I don't know why you're sick of Sadie Sink. Maybe you're spending too much time watching her.
Sadie Sink.
She was in Stranger Things. She was in The Whale in 22 with Brendan Fraser. She was.
I think I'm looking at her. I think she could pull it off.
I think she definitely can pull it off.
But she looks younger, and kind of in a way. She kind of resembles a very young Famke Jensen.
I can see that. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, I'd be down with it. And they did say they're casting in their actors in their early 20s. So think about it. Sure. These movies aren't even written yet, right? So she's 22 now. Right. By the time we see her as Jean Grey, if she is casted, she's going to be damn near 30 years old.
Right.
So she'll look more the part.
A little bit more mature.
Yeah. But also young enough to where they could have a 10-year run with the X-Men, and she's not going to be too old.
Right.
So, that is We Respond. We're going to move on to a segment that we've teased throughout this with your suggestions, with Adrian saying we're going to have a hidden gem on Scarlett Witch next year at some point. Well, who is the hidden gem this year, Adrian? The last show of the year.
Well, this year, I did something a little different.
Okay.
I got 2 lists.
All right.
I got 2 top 9s, right? Lists. And so it's not one hidden gem. It's 18 of them.
All right.
And so what I'm going to do is...
And we're not going to charge you guys any extra for this.
Right. So what I'm going to start out with is my top true hidden gems. Now, this is a list of my top 9 hidden gems that probably most people didn't know about. And probably most of them you didn't know about until I brought them up, which is the whole point. So in no particular order, I'm going to go down this list. The next list will be the most awesome of my hidden gems for the year. And those I will rank from 10 to 1. All right. So the first list is top true hidden gems. No particular order. So we got Lobo, DC.
Okay.
Right. He's been called the DC's Deadpool. Right.
Yep.
This is the spacefaring biker dude with powers that slap Superman around all the time. Right. Cigar smoking. He's got a Lobo dog. He's literally like Deadpool because he has like the Deadpool dog. He has a Lobo dog.
Yep.
So he flies around. He's basically a bounty hunter. Right. So Lobo, Corsair, who is Christopher Summers, that's Scott Scott Summers' daddy. That's why he's got all his daddy issues, right? That's a whole shit show of a story. Basically, he's out with his wife and his two boys, Scott and the other kid who's Havoc, Alex, right? Who's Havoc, right? They get attacked by aliens. The wife is kicks out the boys in a parachute. The wife gets kidnapped, raped, all this other kind of crap. Corsair, he's out. Eventually, he's out doing this thing. He becomes like this spacefaring pirate, right? So I don't want to get too much into it, but anyways, Corsair, he's just a cool dude because
he's a really cool character.
Yeah. So he's just a real cool character because of the background, being Alex and Scott's father, doing this whole pirate thing out in space. So Christopher Summers, Nova, not the Nova Corps, but this is Frankie Ray. She was kind of like the replacement for the Human Torch. Johnny kind of liked her. Well, he liked her a lot. Thought that they was going to have a future, but when Galactus came, she offered herself to be his herald if he would spare Earth, and she would go out and find other worlds for him to devour. And of course, the Fantastic Four had all kinds of problems with it, but she didn't really want to be part of the Fantastic Four or be with Johnny anyway, so she bounced.
Yeah.
So Galactus gave her some of his powers to be her herald, and she became almost like a binary, right? Who is also on this list. Binary is Carol Danvers. They get attacked by some Skrulls. They try to do some experiments on her. She takes her power to the nth level, which causes her to become this astral form. She's not even a physical form when she takes on this binary. Now, binary is not a permanent character. It's a manifestation of Carol Danvers.
It's like a top form of Captain Marvel.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. So binary, Carol Danvers, Jocasta, which is the AI android cyborg that Ultron created by kidnapping Henry Pym's Jane Pym, to try to take her mind and put it into the cyborg body. She's pretty cool. Wendigo, which we got introduced through Wolverine and Alpha Flight.
Yep.
He's the Canadian version of Bigfoot, except he lives on human flesh. So you run into him, he's not just going to run off. He's going to snatch your ass and eat you. Firestorm is he's the kid with the flaming head.
Yep.
Actually, he's two people. He's they got caught into like a nuclear explosion. Their beings or their minds melded into this single form, which is Firestorm. You got Martin Stein, which is a physicist, and then Ronnie Raymond, which is basically a high school kid. Franklin Richards, of course. This is Reed Richards' first child. His next child was Valeria. She doesn't really have any powers like Franklin. It's just, she's smarter than her father.
Yeah.
And then you got Rom, the Space Knight.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. A Galadorian. Basically, their whole planet was attacked by these spacefaring like demons. And their council put together these experiments to turn their citizens into these armored knights that could battle these things. A lot of people died because the experiments didn't work. Rom was the first of those trials that actually the experiment stuck. They basically made them cyborgs, right? And then once they got the formula right, many more space knights came after Rom, but Rom was the first. So that's the top true hidden gems.
Yep.
So next we're gonna move into the ones I was most impressed with.
Okay.
As we went through the year,
Because a lot of these you knew about, but you did a deep dive in prep for the show.
Correct.
And learned a hell of a lot more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So number 9. Yep. Gotham City. So we did a segment on Gotham City. So Gotham City is, so we talk a lot about these supporting characters, right? So like co-stars for these superheroes, supervillains, and stuff like that. You know, Batman, he's got Alfred, he's got Gordon, he's got the Bat Family, he's got all these other people that help shape him to be Batman. Well, he also has Gotham City. Yeah. If there was no Gotham City, there would be no Batman, basically. So Gotham City is number 9. Number 8, The Guardian from Alpha Flight. I love this team. I would love to see an animation, live action, or TV series, something. I think they are worthy of some kind of live action something, or some kind of representation. Moving comics, I call it, right? But the Guardian, basically, he was this guy. He was a scientist for the Canadian government. He built this suit, kind of like Iron Man, the first one, to he was a geologist. So he built this suit to help him dig. Okay. And it basically emitted these blasts that basically allowed him to go into the ground faster. So, but he redesigned the suit. He became Canada's first superhero. So the Guardian, Alpha Flight. Number 7, John Stewart, Green Lantern. This guy, so I'm like, okay, they got a black Green Lantern. But what makes him different, and they always called the other guy, what's his name? The first Green Lantern.
Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan. They always call him Hal Jordan, the greatest Green Lantern, right? Everybody, it even pisses off the other Green Lantern. It's like, really? They got this, written in stone, Hal Jordan, the greatest Green Lantern. What's different about John Stewart was this. The Green Lantern's ring power comes from your will, right? And the stronger your will, the more complex, stronger structures that you can make. John's will is so strong, it exceeds the capability of the ring that he wears, number one. Number 2, because of his architectural background, the way his mind works, most Green Lanterns, when they make a structure, it's an outer shell. John's structures are so complex, they actually have the piping, the innards of it, in addition to the shell, right? So if you were to make the shape of a car, right? Most Green Lanterns, you would just see the outside. John's would have the engines, the seats, the fans in it, all that kind of stuff. So very complex structure. So number 7. Number 6, Doom, Victor Von Doom. This dude is just, who
was last week's, by the way.
Who was last week's. And he was also a hidden gem early. Yes. It's just that last week I found out even more stuff about him.
He's so badass you had to get to him twice.
Exactly.
Who knows? Maybe do a third one next year.
Maybe.
Third time's a charm.
Maybe do Emperor Doom or something, right?
Yeah.
So Doom, he got on the list the second time because we find out that, his magic powers is so great, he's even second in line, or he has had the title of Sorcerer Supreme.
Right.
So his magic is just that powerful. Like, he doesn't, besides the armor, besides the money, besides the tech, right? He's a badass just in one area, which is the magic, right? So Doom, number 6. Number 5, Storm. Again, we know about the weather stuff, but again, her power is so great, so vast. She can literally control any planetary force on Earth. She can actually take atmosphere out into space with her to help her survive out in space.
She's on mega level mutant.
Yes. Well, actually, she's like a beyond mega level mutant.
Damn.
So as a matter of fact, other than number 3, they're all classified as Omega level or above here. Only because number 3, there's no mutants in DC.
Right.
So Storm, number 5. Number 4, Franklin Richards again. Again, because of his power levels. Like I said, inside the womb, he could defeat the Justice League.
Damn.
I mean, this dude is just think about it. I mean, there's really nothing he can't do. The list of what he can do is so long. It's just ridiculous to even just start mentioning. I mean, as a child, he's creating pocket dimensions. He's not only is he creating pocket dimensions, right, in different worlds, he's creating beings inside of these pocket dimensions inside of his closet. It's crazy. Number 3, the Flash. Yeah, we know about the speedster. Yes, he's faster than Superman. Let's just get that out the way. Everybody's, oh, Superman and Flash. No. Superman will just leave Superman. He plays with Superman. But one of the things that I found amazing about the Flash, and not the Ezra Miller version, I'm talking about the Barry Allen true Flash.
Right.
This dude can, first of all, he got in a race. He was chosen to be the representative of Earth when this alien force came to Earth, and he's like, "Oh, this is going to be this contest, and whoever, if the Earthling wins, then we'll keep Earth. If not, we'll destroy it." They were on a different planet, and the contest was who can make it back to Earth first. Flash had to run. Now I don't know how you run in space, but anyway, he had to run, and they teleported. Now, teleportation is what? Pretty much instantaneous, right? Theoretically.
Yeah.
He ran from another universe to Earth before they could teleport.
Damn.
That's insane.
Shit.
This dude can sleep while he's running at the speed of light. He can go back and forth in time at will. This, I mean, I don't even know what else to say.
Well,
it's just
similar
amazing.
to that, though, is the Ezra Miller Flash could put you to sleep by watching his movie while he's running. So it's similar. A little different.
And his hips was his limitations. Number two, I would have never thought about this dude. I mean, I thought he was the most useless guy in the comics, but specifically the X-Men. Huh?
Can I guess?
Who?
Gambit.
No. Iceman.
Okay.
So when he first came on the scene, he was basically a snowman.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, he was all,
I was gonna say a glorified snowman.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he had all this like puffy snow stacked up on top of him.
Silly looking.
But he came along. But this is what makes him. He's an Omega level mutant, by the way.
Yep.
Now think about this. He is anything that's with water vapor in it. He can control by converse. He can also control heat. Right. So think about this. He is at the top of, let's say, Mount Everest.
Okay.
Right. You're in your bathroom taking a pee. He can project himself he can connect himself from him on Everest to your kidneys, right?
Yeah.
Through water in the earth. He literally can know anything that's happening on the planet by becoming one with any part of the water on the planet.
Damn.
That's crazy.
So you got pop out the toilet like that skibbity toilet thing that's big right now.
Right?
Oh shit. Dude.
Right? You're leisurely, taking a shit, and he can come up and Iceman there. But anyway, so this character, I just found that so awesome. Like I said, that puts him like with Storm with the beyond Omega level, right? So that's number 2. Number 1. Now, this was a suggestion. I'm like, whatever, dude. Never heard of this person. But my number 1 character was a suggested hidden gem, and I'm just amazed that we don't hear more about him. And that's Blue Marvel.
Okay.
Blue Marvel is a hero. This is the one that was created by the guy who plays the werewolf in Underworld. He's written a bunch of stuff for different characters.
Kevin Gervaux or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So now this character was pen and inked. Well, he was set in like the 60s.
Yeah.
And his costume was fully enclosed, right? He's a black character. Well, he was fighting his arch nemesis at the time, Ant-Man, and somehow his mask got cut open. So everybody saw that he was black.
Yep.
Now he's
Then
shit.
became the villain.
Right.
Yeah.
So to the point where the president of the United States told him to step down, kind of a deal.
Damn.
It's like we can't. Yeah, we know you can do all this stuff, but we can't handle the
Right.
skin thing. So you got to go.
You're different.
You're different.
You're like the weasel.
Like, yes, sir. Anyway, this dude is genius level intellect. He's when he was created, they were saying that, oh, he's not as strong as Superman, or he's as stronger. You know, in other words, they didn't want to take anything away from the beloved characters because
Right.
he's black, right?
Of course.
But I mean, this guy can lift and carry an aircraft carrier. I mean, that not only is that strong, but that's crazy because
Right.
and yeah, you can lift an aircraft carrier up, but if you lift it up so that you can balance it, it would literally snap in half.
Right.
But his powers allow him to carry the entire load without the weight or without the physical object collapsing. Right. He's like a scientist, so he built. I mean, he got away from everybody. He built this underwater lab. He's the godfather he's the godfather for the Watcher's kids, or vice versa, something like
Damn.
that. I mean, come on, dude. You sitting up there talking to a celestial being,
Right.
Right. So not only you got the connections, you're a brainiac, but you got all this power too. I was floored by this character. So thank you, whoever suggested that. Blue Marvel. This was probably a few months ago.
Yeah.
4 or 5 months ago. But awesome character. I really wish we'd see more of them. But anyway, that's the list. The first one was top true hidden gems. Basically, nobody knew about them, right? So they kind of got reintroduced here.
Yep.
And then the second list, which is what I just finished. Number 9, Gotham City. Number 8, Guardian. Number 7, John Stewart, Green Lantern. 6, Doom. 5, Storm. Franklin Richards. Number 4, Flash. Number 3, Iceman. Blue Marvel. That's it.
Nice. And where can you find all those hidden gems? On the past episodes of Only Comics.
That's right.
And where do we film those, Adrian? Right here.
In this studio.
In this one. But, dude, you've been doing hidden gem. It wasn't on the first episode. If I had to guess, probably 2-3 months in, maybe.
Yeah.
And you can find those on every episode. There's timestamps. And I mean, Adrian, as I think Sons of Sekhmet has coined in the past, you have a 5-star presentation on these hidden gems. So I look forward to what's going to come for next year. I know we'll have Scarlet Witch. You teased the God Emperor Doom. That'd be a good one. The God Emperor Doom version who soul snatches Thanos out his body. Dude,
and Scott Summers.
And Scott. Yeah, you love bringing that with Scotty.
Oh, my God. That was so funny.
Dude, it was almost as bad as when Cassandra Nova, skinned Johnny Storm.
Right.
Which I love that part, too. Like, we knew Johnny. But anyways, great job. This is a good list, dude. Listen to this list. You mentioned Storm. And it's all about Marvel Rivals a lot. And there's been this, statement in games, this character's broken, meaning, he's overpowered. It's like a cheat code. And there's been a joke about Marvel Rivals, all the characters are broken. I mean, they're so fucking powered.
Right.
But that means they balance themselves out. But it's cool to see some of these power sets on screen or in the game and actually use them. One, I will say that I think they nerfed too much of Storm.
Oh, absolutely.
Because she is
even in the game.
In the game, yeah. So,
really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. In general, sure. But even in the game, it's like, dude, she's an Omega level mutant. She should be one of the most powerful characters in this game, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Fix that shit. You know, instead of fucking around with Jeff the Sharks, dumbass. But anyways, Marvel Rivals. We talked a little bit about it earlier. I was going to name some characters that I've been using a lot more over the past few weeks. I mentioned Cloak and Dagger. They've probably been my number one. I've been using.
Not Magneto?
Magneto's still up there. I went on it was a 22 kill streak with Magneto the other day. So that's when you killed 22 people without dying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we had good healers though. So Magneto's a tank in this game.
Okay.
He's a bigger guy. He has more health than most people.
Okay.
His health is 650. Most of the other people have 200-300.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so he has a lot more health. He does more damage, but he's slower.
Gotcha.
So the idea is you want to have 1 or 2 tanks kind of in the front. You want to have some of these damage. They're called duelists. They're kind of the intermediate. They're faster. They only have about 250 health, but they do good damage.
Right.
So they kind of want to be in and out. And then you want to have a couple healers in the back healing the whole crew.
Wait a minute. So this is a whole team of people playing together.
6v6.
And everybody knows that you got to have the tanks.
Yeah.
You got to have the healers, and you got to have the
Well, you would
intermediaries.
think everybody knows. But then you get these dumbasses. Everybody wants to be a duelist. So I'm like, again, to give you the example earlier.
What's the duelist? The person
duelist
in
is
between?
Yeah, the in-between.
Right,
They're not a healer.
Like the 250s.
Yes.
Got it.
But they do hella damage. Like Wolverine's duelist.
Right.
He's another one I've been using a lot of. I've learned how to use. What's cool about Sabretooth isn't in the game yet.
No?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. And that's the thing is there's so many characters they can add. There's 33 characters right now.
Oh, wow.
The rumor is the Fantastic Four's next and Ultron's next. And we talked last week about a whole bunch of other rumors, but those are the ones that I keep seeing a lot of.
But they got Hawkeye in there.
Yo, Hawkeye, I was popping off with Hawkeye the other day.
Really?
So his bow and arrow does a hell of a lot of damage. And if you got good aim, you can literally just sit back and snipe people with this bow and arrow.
So how do you decide can you just decide before you even get into it what you're going to be?
Yeah.
And then just join a team and you take your appropriate role?
Yep.
Or do you like get on and everybody decides who's going to be what and then you go out together?
That one. So you'll be in like this lobby type menu where you can see what everybody's picking.
Okay.
So you have an idea of, you know exactly what your team looks like before you go out. You don't know what the other team looks like. So what I'll do is I'll kind of wait. Here's a pointer for y'all. Wait. Let everybody pick. If you get good with a few characters, it doesn't matter because most people don't want to be healers. So then pick a healer and heal. Or, hey, there's 2 healers already. Pick a tank or something that isn't there already. Right. And every time you die, you reboot and you can pick a different character.
What do you mean reboot? Like you have to come out of the game?
Yeah. You die. It's like 2 or 3 seconds you have to wait. Then you respawn again back like further away from all the action. So now you're running back to the map. So the idea is you don't want to die because then you got to restart. But you restart fresh health, and you can change your character when you die.
Okay. So you're moving something along. You got to get to a certain point with something.
Correct.
So if you die, so you would be like 100 miles away from them. And you got to go through things to get back to the group? Or do you just run?
No, you just go right back to the group. Okay. But it takes, think about being a tank. You're slower, right?
Right.
So you die, your team's down 1 person. Now you're slow-ass tank is trying to get back to the fight, but you do more damage. So it's like, do I pick, a weaker character that's going to be faster, get me back there? So there's a lot of strategy involved.
Okay.
But yeah, so guys, please pick healers. Somebody.
So let me ask you this. So how do you know when you got the balls to join the team, right? Do you just like if I want to start playing, I've never played this game, right?
Oh, yeah.
So how do I know when I'm good enough to join a team? Or choose to be a healer, or choose to be a spawn, or choose to be a tank.
So here's what I did. I would suggest this. Pick a character and go into, there's like a tutorial level where you can use a character that nobody's fighting you. There are some like little bots that you could have attack you, but you get a feel for the character.
Okay.
So I would do that with a couple characters, find one you like.
Yep.
Then there is a way to play against AI only. They're obviously not going to be as good as real people. Play a couple rounds with AI. So it'll be you'll be the only real person. You'll have 5 AI teammates, and you'll be playing against 6 AI people.
So pick a character, start out with the bots.
Yep.
Move to AI.
Yep.
Get good with that, and then join a team.
Then join a team.
Got it.
Yep. And there's ranked, so like you'll play with people that are equally as good as you for the most part. Then there's unranked where you'll just be in a random match. But and sometimes you get in a match, you just get your ass kicked. It happens. You'll play against some kids. They call them sweats. They're real sweaty. Meaning they're so good that they're going to cause you to sweat a little bit. So they're real sweaty. And they'll whoop your ass. So
if you're in your house and you're playing against characters in your house, do you have to have your own setup?
Yes.
Like you got to have your own PlayStation.
Yep.
You got to have your own TV.
Oh, yeah.
And so you can't like 2 people on one PlayStation or 2 PlayStations to one TV.
Nope.
So,
you gotta have your own setup.
Everybody's got to have their own
Everyone's
setup.
Everyone's got to have their own. Which we had a team of 4 just in my house this over the Christmas break. So that was cool. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So yeah, man, hop on Rivals, get your ass kicked or don't. But dude, it's a lot of fun. And I'll say this as the last thing I'll say about it. As a comic fan first, like I've always been a gamer, but the comic fan in me really appreciates the level of detail that they have on these characters. Some of their design stuff are a little exaggerated,
Sure.
but And it's a video game, so there's only so much they can do from a power set, so it's not it has to be fair, right? They can't have one character that is that much more powerful than everyone else. It's got to be somewhat balanced, so every character has weaknesses. But the power sets, the look, the feel of it really makes you feel like you're playing as these characters, which is cool.
Okay.
So it's been probably the most fun I've had playing a game in a while.
I don't know. Might be getting another PS5 in the house, man.
Oh, shit, Adrian. Well, dude, now's the time. Not that I'm a spokesperson for Best Buy, but they have them on sale, dude.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's a good time to get them.
Okay.
Moving on, something that's not on sale is Agree to Disagree because we give it to you for free, right? So this is where I'm going to rapid fire 10 of my opinions as of today. And now that I know Adrian saw Shang-Chi, I'm going to spoil. There's going to be some Shang-Chi shit in here, okay? And you're going to let me know if you agree or disagree. And then everyone online is going to complain about everything we say or don't say. And they're so wrong. And you just take. Why is your take so like? It's not a take. It's an opinion, and it's agree or disagree. And we make the rules here because it's our fucking show, damn it.
That's right.
Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
Let's fucking
Always
go.
got to move in and kick us off, dude. It's a weekly tradition. So, number 1, stop the nonsense and make Spider-Man 4 a street-level Civil War and bring in Daredevil.
Agree.
That was a mouthful. It was a lot, but
Yeah. I got it.
Number 2, Shang-Chi was better than the Eternals.
Agree.
Shang-Chi was better than Black Panther 2.
Agree.
Shang-Chi was better than the Snyder Cut.
Yeah, I agree.
There we go, 3 for 3. Franklin Richards would solo the Justice League.
Franklin Richard was solo DC.
Oh, shit. Damn. Outside of, you got me, oh, shit. Need a break on that one. Entire DC, dude. Entire DC.
No, not really.
Okay, all right.
But yes, I agree
James
with that.
Gunn, too.
Including James Gunn.
Damn. All right. Outside of Spider-Man, Sony has not made a good comic book movie, period. Kraven the Hunter was the best turd of the collection.
Yes, it was.
Thor Love and Thunder was better than Venom 3.
Agree.
Wow. Yeah, that's
insane, dude.
That is bad. Yeah. That's like, do you want the piss from this toilet or that one? You know, you talking about peeing earlier, you know?
And there's that.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 was better than The Suicide Squad.
Agree.
And last but not least, the Batman 2 being delayed a year is the worst news I delivered on today's show. It's bullshit.
I agree.
It was horrible. You know how much it pained me to deliver that news, Adrian?
I'm sure it did.
I'm still upset. I'm getting upset again. I'm going to fucking throw something. I can't believe. Dude,
wow, dude.
As a big Batman fan, as a fan of the Batman, first of all, you know the last time that there was a Batman movie I actually really liked?
Right.
The Dark Knight.
Yep.
Like, that was in 2008 or 9.
Damn.
Holy shit.
It's almost 20 years ago.
Dude.
Well, 16.
Yeah. And then we got one that I actually like again. And it's good. And it's great. And they built an amazing show, The Penguin.
Well, I was going to say, in the meantime, maybe you get another Penguin to kind of like soothe your soul a little bit.
But holy shit. Like, if your plan, Matt Reeves, was to piss Mike off, you fucking achieved it. Goal, set, match, I guess, as they say, whatever sport that is. But anyway, that's Agree to Disagree. That's the show. Adrian, I love the top 10 list, and I can't wait to see where we're going next year for Hidden Gem. Thank you guys for checking this out. Hit subscribe button if you haven't already. Share this with your. This is a great way to kick off the new year too. Is share this with your friends, which you guys did. You know, appreciate y'all sharing because we had one of our most viewed episodes this past week through the holidays.
What you haven't done?
What's that?
Is sharing in Scotland.
No,
still waiting on Scotland.
Can we get somebody in Scotland, please?
Right? Listen, just run across the border right quick and do a shout out.
Yo, whoever that was last week from England, like, I'm a stone's throw away. All right, well, get a stone, write Only Comics on it, put the QR code, and throw it over to Scotland.
Something.
Yeah, something. Send some smoke. Send the drones.
There you go.
Take one of the drones, Mysterio, and send it over there. But Adrian, thanks for coming out.
Absolutely, man.
You know, I hate to say this, but I'll see you next year. You know,
right.
Yeah, it's what we'll see you all next year too.
Yep.
We appreciate y'all making this this year a great year for Only Comics.
Yep.
You know, 2025 is going to be even better and continue to blow this thing up.
That's it.
And here's last thing I'll say. One of my goals for Only Comics next year is to be more interactive with the fans, with the followers, with the subscribers.
I don't know, dude.
You don't know?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, You got to understand. You got to go and watch some previous episodes to know to read the room.
That's true.
Because you just can't walk on this show and interact and think you're going to be okay going home.
Correct. Everyone's not bro man. Everyone's not Sons of Sekhmet or John Bon Von. You know, some of our.
What's the guy that all of a sudden just disappeared?
Fucking God mode.
Yeah. What's up?
Where are you? Yo, maybe he moved to Scotland.
Possibly.
Possibly. Can someone please find God? You know, I'm going to go back to like one of his comments and be like, bro, where are you?
Right.
He's like in jail or something.
Maybe. Well, we hope nothing.
We hope not.
Jail would be funny.
Right.
We hope nothing.
Maybe he's Luigi.
Maybe. Hey, hopefully nothing tragic happened. Hopefully you're in good health, whatever's going on. But
maybe we just pissed them off. Maybe we said something that pissed them off. You know?
I doubt it.
I doubt that too. Because why? Who would ever be upset at us? You know,
yeah.
No one. But I would be, and I don't know what we toyed around with doing a live, but as I've heard, it went over like a fart in church because they're like, not really, but people are like, yo, we just wouldn't have time to be on the show, watch it after. But maybe we go live on a certain time,
Sure.
So, but y'all let us know how can we be more interactive? You guys would all appreciate it,
Well, it seems like a lot of people work on Mondays, driving, delivering, things like that. So, we got to think about that.
Speaking of delivering, this is truly the last thing I'll say. Dude, I came home, this was last week, right in the middle of this Christmas craze, so I'm ordering stuff from Amazon. I get home, and there's like 4 packages at my door, but I'm like, I don't remember having anything scheduled to deliver today, right? 4 packages, not 1, 4. So all you guys that deliver mail, if one of you delivered this to my house, fuck you. It was my neighbor's shit, dude. 7 numbers between my address and theirs.
Dude, I got something delivered to my house. I always get stuff delivered to my house.
Yeah.
I got something delivered to my house that was in another part of town. Now, I did the nice thing because it was FedEx.
Right.
And if you're not getting anything coming to FedEx, that doesn't mean that means that you're not going to run into FedEx like every day like the UPS guy, right? And then they've also limited the FedEx drop-off location. So they're like weird.
Yeah.
So I just delivered it to these people's house on the other side of town. I did a good thing. I've had the mail, those white trays with a bunch of mail in it?
Yep.
They just dropped one of those off it's like the whole neighborhood's mail.
Oh,
they
so
just
it's
left
your
it
job
on,
now.
they just left it on my.
Yeah.
So that's not unheard of.
No, so that's something we have in common. There's a few mail carriers that we have, fans of the show. I now also am a part-time mail carrier because I had to deliver these 4 packages to my neighbor. It's also on the opposite side of the street.
Wow.
Odd on one side, even on others in most places.
Usually that's how it works.
7 numbers between mine and theirs.
Wow.
Yep. Like, come on, dude. Seriously. So anyways, that's just, and what does that do with Only Comics or Comics?
Absolutely
nothing at all.
Nothing.
And that's what we do here, and that's why y'all love us. So anyways, we appreciate you guys checking us out, watching, subscribe, like, share this, and be back next week, and we will see you next year.
Next year.
There we go.
Peace.